Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. We're going to play Starfinder, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. I thought you were cheersing the monitor over there. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. So we will play some Starfinder, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we've been telling stories together every week since 2019, and all of that is available, stored up from Session 1 in Campaign 1 of our original D&D campaign in 2019, all the way up through last week's session of our Starfinder campaign. All of that is on YouTube at Alberon RPG. We have one-shots. We have a whole bunch of other miniature campaigns that are also uploaded on there. We also have an Instagram at Alberon RPG where you can see things like our encounter maps in much greater detail than what you can see on the battle cam.
We're in danger.
When our players remember to take pictures.
Heard. I've been doing great,
I'm allowing
guys.
silence for reflection. So at Alberon RPG, you can see that. We have original art that is done by people like Sophie Bischoff and our very own Kara and Alana and Olive and Matt. There is original terrain that you will see that has been printed for us by Dan and by Kara. There's all kinds of things that you can see at Alberon RPG. And then finally, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be playing our original D&D campaign, Courts of Everest. We are making our way north towards the town of Darkbriar, which is Alana and or Minka's hometown. And that is going to be happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
But first a clam bake.
But first, that's right.
No.
First, it's a crab boil really, but it's gonna be a whole fun meal. That is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch. But now, what?
I said I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Now it's time for tonight's session of Mosaic Team 5.
So I want to see it, and I want to see the end of the One Piece live action.
Oh, that's John. Hey, we're back.
Mosaic Team 5.
We have as ours.
Last we played, you landed on the rogue planet, having located 4 GPF tendon slicer interceptors visually after defeating a swarm of drones and escaping the session prior. They were deployed in a semicircle defensive perimeter around a strange Lashunta research ship that had a very strange name, Deer Spice, with the same spelling as your crewmate Spice.
Dear Spice. As our dear Spice.
Our dearest Spice.
Yeah.
The director gave you a data sheet on a new sample to be obtained, swarm biomass. You found that they had laid an in-depth minefield in front and behind their defensive arrayed ships and prevented anyone from flying beyond by really making it a choke point. You also noticed, especially with Spice's background in the GPF, that there were quantum mines just beyond the field, designed to teleport you backwards and into them. You decided wisely to make your way around by climbing across the walls, some of you in papooses, some of you flying, but otherwise making your way across. You did spot, as you arrived at the foot of the ship, some lights further beyond, and saw that there was some kind of a dig site just a little bit past the ship. But you, with Echo's help, remembering apparently their time aboard a submarine, found a manual override that you could use to power your way through with a significant amount of trouble the front door and into the ship proper. This led to Shade being fired upon by a heavy rotary laser that unloaded into the group, who largely managed to avoid damage. you entered into a quiet lab with dead power. The blast doors were down, but very slowly you powered your way through. First to the recycler, a universal grinder mounted into the starship, though this one was very oddly jammed, which, for something that can grind anything, very odd. Shade, you access the server room, where the information storing devices had been purposefully fragged with gunfire. But despite this, you managed to piece together data logs from Anama Hayase that detailed the ship's arrival, establishment, and eventual fate. You also discovered why the power was out. A synchronous power output chip had been removed from the ship, and each of the crew members had half, with a further third remaining unaccounted for. As you pushed into the crew quarters in search of these chips, swarm drones attacked. You were able to fight them off, with several of you taking damage as they slashed their way through the halls with sides of bone and carapaces of steel like chitin, but as they were defeated, you looted the room. You found one of these chips in a lunchbox that also contained a long, rotten, desiccated tuna sandwich.
It did.
You pushed further, and when the door to engineering opened, you saw a single dead body with their hands still extended into a console. As you approached, you turned the body over, and finding the second third of the chip, you were much closer to your eventual goal. But Shade, as you turned and looked into the cargo bay behind you for the first time, there seemed to be something that you were not expecting. A mass of swarm entities that seem to cover most of this cargo bay, and that is where we begin this evening. Just 1 second.
Are we rolling for
fine.
initiative
Everything's
or?
fine.
I don't
They haven't
think
seen
they've
us yet.
seen us, yeah.
What?
Oh no, they've seen you.
Yeah, I feel like we ended on.
Ran in there like yelling.
It's
Yeah.
No, not
We didn't
yell.
yell.
No, I don't remember a yell.
We were just chatting
Yeah,
quietly as androids, which means real quiet.
So quiet.
So
it was in our
So, Shade,
minds.
as you turn and you look, you can see up in the metal rafters of this space, amongst areas that are cluttered with cargo and bits of boxes that have been thrown open, there is one of these swarm drones. You can see this armor of red bone-like armor that goes across the top of the body. These scythes are just catching the light as they creep out of the shadows, and there is just elements of saliva that drip down as it hisses at you. And for sure, we're starting with rolling for initiative.
Alright, let's get it.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh,
But this
look at that. All
sucks.
right, Gibbs, you'll go
I don't
first.
want that.
Yeah.
All right, Gibbs, you'll go second.
Great, because my dex is +1. So I bet even the mass is faster.
It is.
That was pretty good
Yeah.
too.
So
but
Swarm is going to go
not a natural
first,
20.
then we're going to have Gibbs. All right, anybody 25 to 20?
Nice.
Hang on, my sheet's
What a waste.
loading.
Okay.
But it
You
might
don't
be
know
20.
your initiative by heart?
20 to
It's- Well,
15.
it just went up, I think, from the last level up.
It's 20,
Can it?
20 to 15?
I
20
don't
to
know
15,
anything.
anybody? 21.
I know that my
One
wisdom
for
20.
Shade.
Spice is 14.
15. Oh, okay, 15 to 10. 14.
Echo is also
11.
14.
Okay,
my
14
dex
for
is,
Echo. Then Spice.
Echo's
Then
first.
11 for Bubs. And then. Okay. Lovely. So the way that this works out, the Swarm is going first, followed by Gibbs, followed by Shade, followed by Echo, followed by Spice, followed by Bubs.
Can I
Yes.
ask something?
Did I have the neck thing on long enough?
You did.
Nice.
So we're referring to the collective enemy turn as the swarm.
Correct.
Is that the swarm biomass?
This is all that swarm. That's all swarming.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was broken ground.
60.
No, I just like that.
Yeah, but they're dashing, I hope.
Um,
It would be real sad if I
I
found
would
out
get
they're
an
not.
attack of opportunity against at least one of them.
Yep, against two of them. Well, yeah, against one of them.
Yeah. 'Cause I can one back for you.
So we have 2 out of 3 chips, right?
Yes. And the other one is presumably in the.
So that one doesn't move?
Wait, which ones did we get?
You have the lunchbox and the one in the body.
So Shade, all of a sudden
yeah, I
you
think we
see
got the
the
kill time.
bone-like talons emerge into the light, and then they retract for just a second as it leaps off and then lands directly in front of you and then rushes around the walls. As some of these forms pour past you, you can take an attack of opportunity against the first one. You are taking passive damage as 1, 2, 3 of them go by. And that is going to be a total of 12 points of slashing damage.
And that's to Shade.
That's to Shade.
3 go by me?
The one that comes into base contact
Is
with
like
you.
also considered.
And I get attack of opportunity on that one.
Yes, on the very first one that goes by.
Ooh, that's not gonna hit.
Okay, that doesn't hit. So you take 12 points of passive damage. Echo, you take only 5 points of passive damage.
And I get a natural 20.
So go ahead and roll damage on that. So as they run and they pass by,
Hey now.
Echo, you are still kind of recovering from the heat of the moment in the battle, and you are able to still, almost like not having put your weapon away, take a quick shot as they round the corner.
Double the dice, yes?
Double the damage on the dice, then add the modifier.
10, 20, 24 cold and piercing damage, and then I have a bleed effect on my hail pistol.
Very nice. 24. And that is against the first one that went.
Yep, and then 5 points of bleed damage, thank you. And the one over there, unless he's immune to bleeding,
They are not immune to bleeding.
the one closest to Spice gets a bleed little token thing. You've got
Oh,
this.
yes, I will.
You
have the power.
You can do it. I got turns planned.
There we go. Okay,
I'm
so
sorry. Okay.
as they pour past, hissing and screeching, Echo, you are able to turn yourself to the side and take a shot at the one as it moves. And as it's like going past, you grab onto those tiny little arms that are hooked onto the middle, the same ones that scratched Shade as they went by, and you pull it into you for just a second, and you are able to thrust your pistol between the plates of its armor and just unload into the chest cavity, and there is just a out the other side that sprays the wall. This creature slumps down. One of the arms isn't moving, one of the legs isn't responding, but it's still just into the metal of the floor and just scrapes its way as it continues forwards, still up. So that is movement. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them had to dash, and so only one of them is going to get a single attack against you, Shade. Shade, that is only going to be a 21 to hit against your KAC. And so that is all that the swarm can do. Shade, from where you are, you see beyond the one that slashes at you, and you are able to just parry this blow out of the way. Another one leaps and lands on this crate, slamming it into the side of the wall, just 10 feet beyond. And there is another one that doesn't rush forwards. You can see it steps in front of this wagon that seems to have this bubbling mass within it. And over top, you can see these tiny versions of these swarm drones that seem to be puncturing out of this bits of meat and uniform and other biomatter that at one time was probably the crew.
Oh,
But that is the swarm, and that brings us to Gibbs. Shade, you're on deck. Gibbs.
Right. Gibbs is sort of minding her own business over here.
Yeah, you're far away.
Yeah, so Gibbs is nothing but shocked when the monsters run up, because I thought we were far from that potential. But Gibbs is going to spin her hand
Okay.
and kind of pulse it a few times, make it extra sticky, and then wind up like a pitcher and throw a bouncy ball and do hurl force disc.
This is a fantastic place to use that.
Yeah, because I can get around this corner and I can get 4 of them if I hit the first
Yes,
one.
that's the thing.
Oh no,
A bouncy ball or a crazy ball? Because they're very different.
the crazy sticky ball. EAC
No, it's an action.
17.
Pizza, pizza.
Yes! All right. The first one, which is the one in front of Spice, gets 3d6, and I'm going to roll them all separately because
Okay.
I have to. Ooh. So that is 11 damage.
Okay.
The one next to Echo is going to take 11 damage.
Okay.
The one next to Shade is going to take 9 damage. And the one
Good force.
on the crate, I know I'm killing it, is going to take 6 damage into this one, and that's where it has
nice.
to end.
So you take this thing, you spit in your hand, and it goes out. It hits the element off the bunk bed, off the locker. It goes straight like underneath the one that is leaping at Spice at this moment, off the chair, and just strikes one after the other, seeming to almost grow with power as it does. But that's fantastic. The one that Echo hit, really bad shape. That seems to almost take the wind out of its sails, and it is not quite able to leap at Spice, but it is still dragging itself forward.
And then I'm gonna go 10 feet away from it.
Okay.
Can I climb up here?
Do you have a climb speed? You know what? Yeah, you can. I forgot. There's a ladder on the very end of that.
Cool. I'm scrambling up there, and that's
Okay.
where I'll end my turn, is up there.
You up to the very top and squeeze into this bed that is very dusty. But that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Shade. Shade, these things are swarming around you, and a little thing right by as Gibbs throws his force disc. What do you want to do?
So seeing this thing, it's like presumably what the stuff was being brought back to like reproduce before when we saw them basically like feeding the carcasses of the dead bodies that we had killed.
Perhaps.
I'm thinking. I feel like, yeah, I gotta try to get rid of that before it develops.
Okay.
So, let me see. I'm gonna distracting hack. No, actually, I'm gonna
Infinity.
use my amplified glitch to try and fuck a lot of. I'm gonna try to get these 4 enemies with amplified glitch. So the DC is my exocortex making a computer's check with a DC is 15 plus 4 plus 1.5 the CR of the highest of those 4.
Okay.
Oh, poop. Probably not gonna pass. That's a 26.
26. The 26, that just passes.
Oh!
All right. So they are shaken for 1 round.
Okay.
And
And that is all the 4 that are around you.
4.
Fantastic. Okay.
You've got the shaking rings.
Shaking. You have the power.
And it's just for the 1 round.
Like, it's okay.
You okay?
We're fine.
Everybody's okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Get out of class.
Yeah, just be careful about that. Okay.
So then that's exocortex, and then I'm gonna as my action, I'm gonna throw the dye grenade that I have
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
here
Very cool.
at this thing.
Okay. So you take this thing. First, are you proficient in grenades?
I am.
Okay, so make your attack roll. And what was the intersection that you're targeting?
I'm targeting like, I think this part that's like kind of the edge of this, the crate.
Okay,
that
I got
the
you.
mass is
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
right on that
these
corner.
two, yeah.
No problem. Okay, make your attack roll.
What is the? Hang on, I gotta equip the grenade to see what the modifier is. Actually, no, I can just go with whatever the other one is that I'm proficient in. 25 to hit.
25 to hit. No scatter on that. Look at that.
And
So you throw this dye grenade. What is the radius on that? The
last
blast?
second, I believe it's 5-foot radius, but let me just double check. It's the.
That is going to go into that crate, and that will get both the small group of bioforms and that one that is kind of guarding it. So you throw this grenade, and end over end, you can see it has this like liquid component in it, and as it hits its apex, it snaps, and this gas just explodes out, creating this explosion of almost mist, like a mist of dye. And as it goes across, it coats both of those,
Like
and
a
it sinks.
paintball, but mist.
Very much. And it just explodes into the biomass, and the biomass begins to roil and bubble and react in a very almost caustic way. Yes.
Just a point of order question. What color was it?
Green.
Green.
If that matters.
Okay.
yeah.
Like a
okay,
neon
I'm gonna
It's allergic to green.
It's basically like the die that you would put in like a
In like a
bag
laser
of money.
tag.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you throw this grenade. Anything else, Shade?
Then I'm gonna use my move action. Is there a wall here, or can I jump up to here?
You can jump up to there.
Fucking.
They're shaken. Do they not get an attack of opportunity?
Let me see. I think they can only do. It might be a minus.
I think it's -2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that does provoke that attack, which is, I think, only going to be a 25 against your KAC.
Nice.
Okay, so you move. It grabs onto you, but you're able to just bypass it, no problem.
And I'm gonna move up to.
Okay. That crate directly in front of you is very interesting. No, the one that's open. You see inside of that something that looks like a massive mechanical gauntlet. And at the front of it, there are a number of rotary saws that have been attached onto it. So it looks like almost a drill, but inverted such that there's a core of space straight down the middle. Just overlapping drill bits that seem to grind in counterclockwise ways.
So like a grinder, a fist grinder.
Very much. One might call it a blender fist, level 7.
Wow.
Incinerator disposal. Hand disposal.
You can see there's other scattered debris across there. You can see into this swarm now much better. Where the paint dye is bubbling around, there are bits of black GPF flight suits that are poking out. And so definitely, if you are looking for the ignition cores, that is probably where they are. You also would note, kind of hanging out of one of them, there is the final remaining piece of the Spock chip that you were looking for.
Of course.
Anything else, Shade?
On this body
Correct.
here.
Within that little,
mass.
yeah.
Annoying.
I just got my corpses in the mail today too, but I didn't have time to paint them.
Reaction, calm to the rest of the group. Basically, like locations of these,
Okay. All of a sudden, in your heads-up display, the little red dots
and
from
like
Call of Duty
quick
begin to blink.
feed of my view of the chip.
Okay. And that is your turn, Shade?
Yep.
Alrighty. Echo. This little blip comes up, and you can see all of these overlaying friend or foe markers that begin to pop across your screen, and then they burst into the hallway. This paint die goes off. What do you want to do?
Echo Swift Action activates the haste circuit.
Yes.
Very cool.
Thank you. And then speeds up and begins to vibrate so much that it looks like there are multiple echoes, holographic clone.
Absolutely. And so as you activate the haze circuit, your eyes glow brighter than they ever have before. So much so that in the areas where the biological matter meets mechanical, that blue light begins to seep out in places around your neck and shoulders. But yeah, absolutely.
And there are 4.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, I rolled max
Oh my god!
numbers. And then Echo is going to attempt to move, basically full movement, all the way around and get here.
Okay. From the one that still has a reaction, they'll take their attack of opportunity. That is only going to be a 19 to hit. These guys still. I changed all my dice between weeks.
Guys.
Anyways, these guys. That is your turn, Echo?
That is.
All right, you explode down this hallway.
Actually,
Echo.
I have 2 movements.
Okay.
Why are you saying oh?
Anything else,
my
Echo?
turn. That's
Let
all.
Echo
okay.
cook.
Echo's gonna keep going.
Good.
And that will provoke 2 more attacks of opportunity.
One of
Alrighty.
them attacked me, so it doesn't have it.
No, that's the one with the green ring on it. So the one on the crate is going to get an attack of
Oh,
opportunity,
is
and then
this
that
one?
guy too. Yeah.
That one, Echo never goes into contact with.
They have 10 feet of
Isn't that
reach.
purposely what you're doing?
No, I'm.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay, so only one. That is a natural 20.
No!
And it landed in such a cool way where it's like right on a d6.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
it landed in a cool way for you, Joe.
So
I'm glad this critical hit landed in a cool way.
it just felt really like, you know when
You
something
may believe
bounces
it
and it has
is
just
like,
enough
oh,
kinetic
yeah,
energy to
that's
get to the
great.
shelf and then it just sits. It was very pretty.
Wounded.
That is going to be a total of 23 points of slashing damage as it carves into you with this critical hit. But you are going so fast that your kinetic energy creates more damage as it slashes across. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Thank you for
Good call, good
remembering
call.
the thing that I should have remembered.
Sorry.
Don't
Why are you
apologize.
apologize? Because I always do this. I'm like, oh, the rules, guys.
No, it's good though. That's good.
Ah,
I
I
like
rolled the
that
die
rule.
underneath the tower.
Use the ability that you just used to not have the thing.
I think that might be too high. Hold on. They don't actually give you the rules. It's like it has a chance to hit, and then it
you're like-
doesn't actually tell you.
Oh yeah, it's like
what the rules are.
DC for mirror image.
It is, but they don't actually tell you in Starfinder or Pathfinder. They just say it has a chance.
So do you get to choose what number?
Then you have to go on
it is?
Twitter and find the developers and see
Yeah,
what they
right.
say.
0.0001% chance.
It's a pretty classic TTRPG thing.
Okay, there's a 1 in 4 chance.
So
Any attack that would hit you has
So
a
if you
random
have-
chance of hitting one of your images instead of you. If all 3 images remain, there is a 1 in 4 chance of hitting you, 1 on a d4. Oh, I have to roll a d4.
Oh, I kind of like that actually.
Yeah, but
Simple.
what? So how do you save?
1 is you, 2, 3, 4 is everyone else.
But don't you have 4 images? So you have to roll a d5.
You take all that damage, no problem.
But your
No.
image is still
So-
staying.
Oh.
My image is still
I see.
That
Okay,
is
so it's a percentage. Got it.
the attack of opportunity. Anything else, Echo?
That is all that I can do.
All right, glowing bright in this space. That is your turn, Echo. Spice. What would you like to do? And then Bubs, you're on deck.
Yep.
All right, Spice. The corner of her mouth curls up into a fiendish smirk, and she looks and sees that there are 3 bad Larrys all in a line in front of her,
Yeah.
and then she booms out her mind 120 feet in a straight line.
Yes.
This time.
Time's edge. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's similar to your fear.
What is this called?
This is called Doom with like 10 O's.
Is it really?
It's literally called Doom. It's an envoy improvisation called Doom.
And what kind of save is this?
God, it is a bluff check for me, and it's against your sense motive.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's,
your sense.
Really fucking is Doom with an exclamation
I like
point.
that.
Yeah.
It goes to the next page. Ooh.
Okay, whoa. So my bluff check. So wait, let me do the narrative first. I only got halfway through it.
Okay.
So in a straight line, she reaches out with her mind, and she just grabs their mind and inflicts them with the fear of Blastoise coming down the fucking chasm. And she was like, we're as scary as fucking Blastoise.
Blasters coming.
Not a sponsor.
You
Whatever
lost me a
that
tiny
was.
bit in the narrative there, but you know, I think I'm
But
kind
what
of on the
was the
same
giant
page.
turtle with a gun on its back that we fought last
Oh yeah, that Blastoise.
2 weeks ago? That Blastoise.
Joe forgot his own
I-
You made that.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I,
thought
don't
it
call
was
him Blastoise. I call him a Swarm Annihilator.
Swarm a
He's also not a turtle. He's also not a turtle.
Oh, well, that's what I thought.
He's
it was.
basically nearly
I
a
kind of
turtle.
thought it was a turtle.
You used
he's
the word Blastoise
He's
when
a
you
beetle,
described
if
him.
anything.
You said insectoid turtle.
I kind of pictured like a Godzilla turtle.
Anyways, neither here nor there. Makes
I kinda
much
felt like
more
a
sense.
Yoshi with guns.
You pull the imagery of the Swarm Annihilator, this towering creature with 6 huge legs that end in scythe points that dig into the ground as it pulls its way across, an inverted, almost rib-like carapace pulling in, and a rhinoceros beetle-like face that compasses a huge biomechanical cannon, if that paints a better picture. You focus that down this entire range, and all of a sudden, to all of them, what did you roll?
27 bluff check against the sense motive.
Against 12. So, yes, you absolutely beat them. For them, their perception shifts and changes. And for a moment, Spice, you feel that you have overwhelmed them. What is the effect that it gives?
They scatter. Let's
Each
see.
creature
Oh,
which
shit.
your check succeeds must do one of the following on its next turn.
Which, no, that's... Oh, success must choose. They do...
Is this a mind-affecting effect?
That's a curious question.
Yes, it is mind affecting, sense dependent, language dependent. Fuck, I don't speak fucking their language, do I?
You don't. But regardless, Spice, as you cast Doom and you thrust this power, and for a moment, their perception flickers and they see this horrifying thing. And as they're like all screeching and scratching, for a second, they stop like a dog on tile floor, just these talons, like making them fall on this steel. And all at once, for just a second, you feel that same consciousness that you felt when you tried to commune with this ship.
Oh.
And they snap out of it, and they are focused again on you, and
What?
your mental ability has no effect on them. You get the sense that there is something far more powerful than you that is directing them
reaching
in a
them.
very similar way.
Like puppets. There's a
Like a
marionette.
hive mind of some kind. But that is your turn, Spice.
Unless I want to move.
Very cool spell, though.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it's not quite a spell. It's just a
Yeah,
thing that envoys
yeah,
can
yeah.
do. No, I'll stay with you, Bubby.
Alrighty. That is your turn, Spice. You almost managed to pull all 3 of them into this.
Scrolled down too far to see you. I thought it was mind
That is
affecting
your
sense
turn,
and
Spice.
whatever.
Bubbles. In front of you, you can see for a moment, Spice lays into them with this psychic power that does briefly falter them, but they continue to tear towards you. What do you want to do?
Last time, Bubs built himself up as the rock to hold people back. That did not work. Now he's going to be the hammer.
Okay.
So he's swinging his Dothko around and around, and he's going to just move up 1, 2,
Okay.
and just go for a big old hit right on the forehead. Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 7 plus 14. 21.
21. 7 plus 14. 21. Sorry, I had to double check that for a second. That didn't sound right, but it is. That is a hit.
Oh, okay. All right. That one's cocked. That's 9. 3. That's 10, 12. 12 plus 17 is 29. Yes.
29. So, Spice, as your ability falters and this other consciousness redirects them, they are about to just shriek and rip into you. And then, Bubbles, you can hear behind you the of this hammer speeding up, and then it just pulverizes this creature entirely from the chest up, and it just explodes. The shoulders separate, almost like a banana peeling, and it just ricochets back, slamming into the lockers, and is very much dead.
Bubby's just gonna yell, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about!"
I think Spice just like is unfazed. It's like the blood like splatters her in the face because she's like seen so much death
Yeah.
in her life. It's just like another one down. All right.
No, this is the true date. So that is your attack, Bubbles. Anything else?
Oh my god, third real date.
That's it.
Alrighty, that brings us to the top of the round and to the swarm.
no.
So, oh, they get a turn. Yeah.
Ew, gross.
One around. Okay. So.
Where do you think you're going, little scissor?
Does he have reduced movement?
From shaken?
No.
It's just a -2 to pretty much everything. Except for AC, I think.
So he's gonna jump over you and then loop back here. And he's going to go for Echo. Go over Echo and then up right here.
Do I take damage from him passing by me?
Yes. And then I have to roll real quick for these other guys. They're still stuck. So they continue to rush forwards, those who are still able to, but for you, Shade and Echo, you have certainly gathered many of their attention. The only one that does make it all the way down is actually a little bit damaged. It goes over you, Bubbles, causing only 4 points of slashing damage as it does.
I can't do any damage.
There you go. Just crawling over you, it just goes across and into this telepathic sort of bubble that surrounds you and not quite piercing through.
Is that a soldier thing?
Gibbs, you can see this creature as it just crawls around past you. It doesn't seem to notice you. It goes up right behind behind Spice and is going to take an attack.
So you went over his bubble.
It went through his space,
Okay.
but it didn't hit him.
Oh, okay.
Bubbles has to have 5 damage or else he takes no damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought for the first time we saw like his bubble as like a force
No,
field
he has
almost.
a -5
Yeah.
to any
Yeah.
damage.
Cool,
these
cool,
do.
cool.
So Spice is a 29 a hit.
Yep.
Alrighty. You are going to be taking 13 points of slashing damage as it cuts into you with these sides. The 2 who are near you, Shade, only one of them gets attacks. The other one just had to go over you. But you are taking,
Chilling.
just for free, 11 points of slashing damage as they
you
go
don't
across.
get that for free every day.
And then, as a bonus, you're going to take an attack from that guy, and that is going to be only A 22 against your KAC.
Oh, that's a miss.
All right, it slashes, and as the other one digs into you from behind, it almost pulls you out of its reach.
Cool.
But that is both of those, and then Echo. There is one that goes across you. It deals.
Those take -2s to their attacks because they're still technically shaken.
They did not. Does a 27 hit your KAC?
Yeah.
So, and I'm guessing the other one still misses.
Yeah.
So, but no, thank you for checking for that. You only take 1 point of slashing damage, Echo, as this thing crosses your path, but you do take one attack that is only going to be a 18 to hit.
Does not.
And so, with all the various echoes just glowing from within, this haze circuit active, this thing can't even put its talons on you. But Echo, from behind you, you can hear the sound of metal tearing. And you would imagine that there's more of these creatures coming from somewhere. That is all the swarm can do. Well, one sec. That's all the swarm can do. That brings us to Gibbs. Shade, you're on deck.
Okay, I felt Echo take a shit ton of damage, and now there's 3 people to 1, and I think those odds are pretty good. So I'm gonna dash, and I get like a bazillion if I dash.
4
right?
times
4 times your
movement.
movement.
Okay. So I'm gonna scoop, scoop, jump, scoop, scoop, scoop.
In
Jump.
Starfinder, everybody's more athletic than in D&D.
Scoop, 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 scoop. Look at the circumstances.
We all have
And
bionic feet.
then, can I go stand right here? Does this box have a lid?
No. So this box has been pried open, and you can see 5 or 6 corpses just kind of bubbling away into. It looks like there's been some kind of something applied across them that is slowly melting them together.
Okay.
You do see.
Besides the fact that I'm standing in the mouth of this like bullshit,
Yeah.
like is the place I'm actually
Yeah,
standing?
you can stand there.
Or like, does it look like precarious? Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Do I get a swift action?
No,
I use my
it's full
action.
action.
Okay.
Full action dash. All right.
Then
Yeah,
now
full
I'm
action use.
within 30 feet of everyone who's hurting.
You are.
Okay, so I feel content about where I'm at.
Alrighty. You feel very content amongst the bubbling remains of 5 individuals and this swarm things.
How's it smell?
Ooh, how's it smell?
Does Gibbs recognize it as smelling bad?
Swift smell.
Free action, smell
Yes,
it.
free action.
It smells sweet, and at first that really kind of jolts you, but as you kind of let it roll across your nostrils, on your tongue you can taste the really peculiar kind of cringy sourness of some kind of rot. This is like tainted meat in the air itself, and definitely not good for you to be breathing in for long periods of time. But that being said, that is your turn, Gibbs, and that brings us to Shade. Echo, you're on deck.
Free action, Gibbs, get back.
You literally told me to go get the badge. The badge.
Natural ones. You smashed Gibbs in the face.
I'm distracting hacking this thing,
Okay.
and that's gotta be. It's
Shit,
a
the
sense
bad,
motive
whatever.
bluff check, essentially.
Okay.
And
Credit card. Doesn't
it's
matter.
a 33.
Just the
Yeah,
chip
that's
part.
it's cool.
And then I'm going to full action attack that thing with my laser pistol.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Move action, activate adaptive fighting, using fend off, and then fire, so I don't provoke it.
Okay, I see.
And just shoot once.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Natural 20.
Very nice.
Dang, we've been rolling
Alright.
good.
Yeah, I've been rolling like shit.
And with the die grenade, does it get more laser damage because it is a laser?
Yes, it
round?
does.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that roll. That roll is so cool.
So double the dice, and then it's also taking a D4 of burn damage.
Those are the kind of rolls I really like.
All right, so that's minuscule, but every little bit counts. That's 6 fire damage, and then it's gonna be burning for 2 burning.
Very nice.
Burning for what? Tell us what it's burning for.
That's
corpse and death and desiccation.
A yeast infection.
okay.
Because it's too sweet.
The fire seems to almost crawl across the die like a fuel source of some kind, and it does burn down pretty quickly. But anything else, Shade?
That's it for me. Now I'm
Okay.
gonna take some attacks.
Yeah, you would imagine as you kind of do this distracting hack towards this little swarm of creatures, you feel everything in the room shift, and you are suddenly the focus of attention, for sure.
Nice.
And not just from the things nearby you.
Right.
But that is your turn, Shade. That brings us to Echo.
Yeah. Echo's kind of facing like the opposite direction since they had kind of like turned to look back, and the like thing has come back and is behind them.
Yep.
So they begin to like kind of release more aromatherapy scent. What did we say it was? Pine sol?
New car smell.
New car smell into the air to kind of just like overwhelm its olfactory sense
just
with
sealant, but
a
yeah.
computer's check.
Yeah, go for it.
New car smells gross to you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hate it.
it's also like cancerous.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's glued right now.
38.
38, that is a success.
Uh,
Oh boy.
and gonna shoot it at point blank range.
Oh boy.
25 to hit.
That hits. There you
Oh,
go.
yes, Echo.
You keep
and
saying "oh boy" over there. And
Echo slams
I
when they
dropped a
hit.
metal D4.
oh no!
You mean a caltrop?
Yeah, I heard your lines.
We were all worried about glass, but Matt's really the one who's cursing all of us.
I should bring my.
All right.
It's okay. On Matt's turn, the entire thing,
1, 2,
They're all
3,
gonna
4,
come
5.
the entire ordeal was all cleared up in Matt's single turn.
All right, so that's
Everything's fine
5,
now.
11,
Don't bring my kid my bag.
16, 21, 22, 28,
Yeah. Dead.
35, is 4, 39 points of cold and piercing damage, and 9 bleed.
39 points of cold and piercing
Spice
damage.
could never.
Hang on, that was the one that went for you. And how much bleed?
9.
9 bleed. Jeez,
So
that's
that got bleeding.
crazy.
Bleed.
He's in rough shape already instantly. As he goes by, he tries to carve into you and gets a good hit off, but you return it very much in turn. And as you do, this creature begins to bleed with every move that it makes. The muscles seem to almost force more of its lifeblood out and onto the floor.
And Echo zips away!
There you go.
Echo zips close to the swarm and kind of tries to like move Gibbs slightly out of base contact. Would that make, if I'm forcing Gibbs' movement, is there attack of opportunity there?
No.
Am I able to like push Gibbs back?
Are you allowing yourself to be moved?
Yeah. I guess I would like being distracted by trying to like start to like pluck the thing out of it. I'd be like, oh whoop!
Sure. So Echo, you can see Gibbs is like reaching into this boiling vat of corpses, and you just grab them and pull them away.
Just pull them away and then continue zipping along. Is this open space underneath?
Yeah.
Is it
There's one big box underneath. It's exactly as it is there.
Okay, cool. It zips around underneath the catwalk and then ends up right back here.
Okay, so through the catwalk, you have to kind of skip over the
I
corpse
just
of
push you
that
back
individual.
5 feet. That way, like, you're not in base contact.
Yeah.
Be-
Just kind of like nudged you out of the way and then ran through.
Just so that you're not in melee range for the next round.
So that is your turn, Echo.
Yes.
Alrighty, that brings us to Spice.
one
Spice,
space.
this creature
Actually, I can
behind
reach
you just
better,
takes this
can't I?
huge shot from Bubbles. One of the creatures is split almost in half. What do you want to do?
Spice is not even gonna look at Bubbles and just go, he's got this. And run this way, and I think as full action run all the way into the where Gibbs is. And I think as she's running in those 6 seconds, she sees Echo like absolutely annihilate whatever's next to her, and as she keeps running, she sees Gibbs in front of her literally run into the maw of this thing, and I'm like, yes, Echo! Fucking Gibbs! And
Do the thing you said to do.
Everybody, what's funny is everybody goes, Ari, go do this. And then everybody goes, Gibbs, don't do it.
So mad.
well, then I don't know.
No one said do that.
No, because I did hear like in the talk about this stuff, it's a good idea to get the card if you could find it. And so that's what Ari is doing.
Literally
as Gibbs.
I want it to be known that I just pushed Gibbs out of base contact.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
It's all fine.
Yeah. All right.
That's everything I did.
All right, so you rush over. You are right next to Gibbs. You can see this boiling vat of corpses. And for you especially, Spice, you can see the GPF flight suits sticking out of elements of this. There are bones and bits of flesh still clinging to it.
So this is like the thing that ate crumbs, sort of?
Different.
Sort of in the shape of it, but it's very different. It doesn't seem to be moving. It doesn't have any intelligence to it. And it seems to be more hard to tell. For you. But that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to you, Bubbles. Bubbles, everybody leaves you alone to deal with this creature.
We trust you. We believe in you.
You feel the belief alone.
From far, far away.
Bye.
Come on, let's get this over with. I got stuff to do.
Fuck yeah, Bubbles.
And Bubbles is gonna just do a standard attack.
Okay.
That is a 12 plus 14, 29.
29 hits, yeah.
26.
26 still hits. I love you roll so low and you still hit, and Carol will roll like a 19 in this.
Hate it.
The way Bubbles is gonna flavor this is that he's gonna just flavor it. He's gonna grab the back of his hand and like slam the hammer into it.
Sure.
11 plus 6 is 17, plus 17 is 34.
Jesus.
I bet like 12% of this podcast is just Dan saying the numbers that he rolled.
Yeah.
You, as this creature goes for Spice, who is moving like away from it,
Yeah.
you grab it, stopping its momentum. The feet are on the ground, and you just slam the hammer into it. No problem. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. As you pull it away, this creature is hurt. It went from being not terribly injured to quite badly off. You can see elements of the carapace are cracked, and there is this goo seeping through. But that is your turn, Bubbles. That brings us to the top
Where
of
do
the
you
round
think you're going?
and to the swarm.
At the end of the round, the one that's burning can make a reflex save.
Okay.
Which one's burning?
Oh, that's got that.
What is the DC for that reflex save?
It's only
Is it 11?
No, it's a 12.
Damn! So close. So close. Okay.
It continues to burn.
Continues to burn. Absolutely free action. So,
Burn.
this thing is going to run across
Burn.
you, Bubbles, and just
Burn.
here.
Burn.
Actually, across
Hey, feedback grips.
it. So it's going to go. This one and this one just change positions to cross shade. And then this one,
A little swish swash.
he's just bleeding. He's going to limp his way over to Spice, but not risk going too much further because attacks of opportunity
I will
are pretty bad.
fuck you up, little thing.
And then these other two. There we go. There is a shred of metal.
Guys, they were on the map.
Reinforcements.
But they're not able to move very far.
Was that like a door or like?
Yeah, it was another one of those blast doors. And
Guys, it solved our door problem.
they failed the first time, and then they were able to get through the second. So as they run, first Bubbles automatically, as that one crosses your path, you are taking 2 points of slashing damage. So nothing. Are you taking an attack of opportunity?
I can. I have the dog.
Oh, right. Okay, so then as it rushes past, it is going to hit Echo and Spice, taking 3 points each of slashing damage.
Bring it.
The one that was... Okay, and that is all the passive damage. Now we're on to attacks. So first, Shade. They cross over you. As they do so, you do take first 1 point of slashing damage and then 6 points of slashing damage. And then on either side of you, they'll take their attacks. One of them... So... As they do that
Stabs
switch,
the friend.
a little bit more complex of a maneuver than he's trying for, and he falls prone. Yeah, that's right.
That one falls prone.
Is that how he falls prone? Does he fall off?
Prone, right there.
Fuck yeah!
It is like, in their mind, a very cool maneuver where they're just going to go like one over, one under. But with the blade, you're able to stop one of them just enough that they slide off. And there is a on the metal before they slide and slam onto the ground.
Some circuits too late.
That is a natural 1 for them.
Blades don't have a lot of
Means you
traction.
take 1 point of damage too. Every little bit counts. However, the one that is on the other side is going to get 2 attacks against you, Shade. The first is going to be a 27 to hit,
That hits.
and then a 26 to hit.
Meets a pizza.
Alrighty. Shade, you are taking...
2 points?
No.
1 point.
10 points of slashing damage from the first. And...
You only get 3 options for points.
Why can I not find this with my eyes right now? And another 10 points of slashing damage.
Should have taken the observant feat.
Yeah, I know. That is the ones that can attack you. The one that is not able to has leapt up to the top. They have nothing that they can do. So the only one left is the one that is in contact with Spice.
What about the Bernie guy?
The
Is he on his own turn?
I'm gonna do him at the end because the burn happens at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that attacks you, Spice, that is going to be a natural 20.
No! See, you
Spice.
say you're rolling poorly, but
Yeah.
this is like...
That's true. That's
Great.
20s.
but this is not great damage. So that is going to be a grand total
Yeah, me.
Mirror image.
15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As it is able to just slash into you, it is badly hurt. You can see its blood mixes with yours and burns. It hurts. It's some kind of like acidic ichor, but that is all that these swarms can do
Is
on
there
this.
a
That's a good
crit
word.
effect?
No,
Okay, so it's just
Flavor.
15?
yeah, 15. And then on the end of their turn, what is the burn?
So it can use a full action to try and douse the flame.
It can't. It's making a full action currently.
Okay, then it just takes 2 more burn
There
damage.
you go. This creature's looking really rough.
And at the end of the round, it can make a reflex saving throw to end the condition.
Okay, so at the end of the round, it will make its reflex saving throw.
At the end of the round.
Oh, well, right, at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No worries. That is all that the swarm can do this turn. And so that does bring us to Gibbs. Shade, you're on deck.
Okay. One question.
Yes.
Does this seem to be the swarm biomass that the guy wants? The director wants?
Before there was a grenade full of ink thrown into it,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Now, as it bubbles and moves in very unpredictable ways, hard to tell whether it would still qualify.
Okay. So Gibbs's turn is to step up and do what the captain says and grab the little like hardy card from the pocket of the guy that's in the boiling rub of mass.
No problem. You can see this pilot seems to have this element kind of clutched in the hands.
Great.
This
one of
GPF
the-
individual clutching this little chip.
Chronom-
You grab it out and you have the last third of the Spock chip, the
Great.
synchronous power output chip.
It's a pile.
In my pocket.
There you go.
Oh, pilot, as in past
Pile.
tense.
That's a turn.
Like the
That's an
flesh.
action.
Yeah. It could be a swift action.
Oh wait, how big is this biomass? And how big of a jar does Gibbs carry?
So pull off that underneath that thing. That's about how big it is. So
It's a hermit
probably
crab.
about 5 or 6 times the amount of you.
5 or 6 Gibbs.
Okay.
And it's again, to be very clear, it is full of dye and ink.
Okay, but
Yeah.
we have failed this once. We're not gonna. Okay, then I'm gonna turn around and look towards Echo with my hands open and hold the rest of my action
Okay.
until I have a vessel to put the thing in.
Okay. So you look over and the free action communication you get is no problem. That is your held actions.
Oh no! No! Don't androids! That's
Shade.
my motive.
What would you like to do, Shade? You watch
bad
as
sense of-
Gibbs is asking the wrong people for motive checks.
I'm gonna. Now I'm fended off, so I'm gonna full action. Distracting hack and then full action attack the same thing again.
Okay.
So the hack is like a 33.
That will be a success, yes.
And then
I don't think they can roll that high with an actual 20.
so it's a -4. So the first one's gonna be a 24 to hit.
24 hits, yeah.
All right. And then the second one is also gonna be a 24 to hit.
24 also still hits, just like before. We're watching Dan.
Dan, do you want my
That's
tea
amazing.
cup? What do I cup of tea that I didn't?
I hope that was on camera so I can go back and watch
I know,
it in
I do.
all of its glory later.
Just-
So it's 13 fire damage.
13 fire damage. And this is the one
The one
that's
that's
still up.
colored, that's died.
There you go. Okay.
You killing the biomass we want?
Yeah. We gotta
Watch.
Well, we just need to
as these
subdue it.
little tiny creatures.
kill. We just need a sample of it. Doesn't need to be a lot.
We need
5 liters of it. That's like 2 gallons or some shit.
And as the fires crackle away, there are the tiny little things that almost sound like screams, but you are sure that it is air just escaping from the carapace as those creatures die. And they add to the kind of bubbling dye and biomass. There's now bits of char and stuff floating in there as well. I mean, it looks kind of good, but aside from that, probably not what the director is looking
Stop it, Joe!
for. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you stand still toe-to-toe with this swarm drone. That is your turn, Shade Echo. Echoes, what would you like to do?
Echoes wants to know if it is if I were to make a trick attack against this thing, which is a full action, but also have haste circuit,
Yes.
am I able to also do a scoop?
A scoop?
Move action, right?
A scoop.
It's a move action, I think, technically.
To
but
scoop?
I
have
see
a
what you're
haste
saying.
circuit.
I see what you're
I
saying.
have a haste circuit.
Like a drive
Full
by
action
scoop.
plus the hasted extra move to scoop.
Because I still have movement with a trick attack.
You can do, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Because, and I think the reason why is because you still have that movement, specifically Trick Attack says that.
Yes. Okay. So this thing is just fallen from the sky.
Yeah.
Echo steps out from behind the pillar. So that's my stealth. I assume that doesn't work because that's a 21.
But it's, the,
20 plus its CR, so.
yeah, that is not a success.
It only.
But I do hit it for 25.
There you go.
So does that mean you're scooping for 25?
No, I'm hitting that thing and then I'm gonna go scoop.
Oh.
For 12 points of cold and piercing damage to the thing that is prone. And then Echo is going to move all the way forward and see Gibbs with outstretched arms.
Yeah.
I help. I'm there. I'm helping.
And they get out their little hole. Damn it. Fuck.
Tell me what you do with your little hole, Echo.
Maybe a better name for that.
It's literally called a hole!
Subscribers only.
Party member.
It's your skin
getting
pocket.
Frisky.
It's a deep pocket.
I need to find what the name of this thing is. You
Your
all made me
extra-dimensional
look.
hole?
It's a null space
Null
chamber.
space chamber.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
yeah.
It says it's a hole in its
The
description.
PC term.
And sees Gibbs with the outstretched arms and assumes that it's like a boost and goes up and over Gibbs and goes to scoop.
Here you go.
Can I assist?
I
Echo
will say
scooping?
yes. You
As
can
a
use your
step.
held action because it was really for a vessel. And what is Echo if not an extension of a vessel
Yes.
right now?
That's exactly what Echo is.
So you boost
vessel.
Echo up and Echo as you move with the
Spirits.
haze circuit, this blow light glowing through the
Ghosts.
mechanical parts of your body.
Goblins.
You take your magic space hole out and you scoop into this thing, and it's so bizarre because as you do, there is just space left behind, and it looks like it is just vanishing, almost like you are pulling a Photoshop layer away across this space, and then the rest of this just
Love a heal
back
tool.
into the space as you pull this across. And you have a good amount of this in the bag or in the hole.
So the null space chamber also gives me a readout of what is specifically inside it. It's digital.
Because
Does it tell me how much of a thing I have?
yeah, you have way more than 5 liters.
Sweet. Echo says, "Got it."
Yes!
That's roughly like that's about 15 gallons, give or take. Because you think a 30-gallon trash bag, like if you're doing
It's
a
gonna
scooping
eat us
motion,
when you unhook it from
I
its
think we
bag.
killed it though.
No.
We got a
No,
crowd
we didn't
chamber.
kill it.
No,
We killed
it's
it.
like alive
This-
in there.
you have no idea. But you have dye and you have charred creature and you have whatever was in there. You
Sweet.
could see elements of like
In
a
Echo's
little like
home.
glove disappears in there, but no problem.
So how much of the little is there still swarm mass
Yeah.
left?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Oh, I hate this. Joe.
That is
No more.
your turn, Echo.
This.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And Echo
4
stopped
times.
right next to Gibbs.
For what it's worth, Echo, as it bubbles and moves, the bubbling is not coming from being alive. It is coming from dye that has been poured into it.
Oh, interesting.
This is almost certainly like melting goo that was feeding these smaller creatures that are now dead. For what it's worth, yes.
I'm not there, but Just a quick question
Yes.
about the goo.
Yes.
The color. Is the color changing at all?
Yes, I mean it's like a
like
weird
one of
kind of like
those
it was exactly like it was pictured in the handout. Now it is like a lime bright neon green, almost like highlighters broke into it. It is almost certainly not what was intended for it. But anything else, Echo?
That is Echo's turn.
Alrighty, Spice. From where you are, you can see Gibbs asks for some help, boosts Echo up. Echo scoops elements out and lands next to them. These bugs are landing now next to you, not very gracefully. You can see Shade over top attacking two of these things. What do you want to do?
Spice just kind of watches it all and then thinks to herself that Echo must be a girl. She's got a hole like that. And then doesn't say it out loud at all. Just puts her hands on her knees and laughs to herself. That's my action.
Okay.
There's so many.
There's a thing.
I'm holding my action until something hits me. I don't know. Are they gonna go with their leader? I don't know. I'm holding my action.
Okay, no problem. So as an action, you make a dirty joke and then you hold your actual action. That is your turn, Spice.
To yourself.
Thank you for subscribing.
No one heard it.
That brings us to Bubs.
Spice's turn.
Wait, no.
Just real quick.
I heard nerd for the record. Sorry, go ahead.
Bubs is not going to pick it up, but you did mention there was a chessboard here.
It's a holographic game, and so it's projected up from the board.
Oh, it's on grand.
It's got a battery pack in it though that we could have used to open a door. Yeah. In my notes.
I just kind of really want that.
Okay. So, I mean, keep that in mind for later.
During combat.
I know, no, I'm just saying, no. I said
That's our Friday night
I
game.
definitely said, just
nice
as
table.
a thing, just
Sure,
to
no problem.
memorize.
So what are you doing now?
I'm going to come back for it.
Okay.
As long as this place is a blow up.
Sure.
That's to be seen.
Or, yeah, I guess I'll do a run action.
Okay.
And, yeah. And, that will probably get me into here, probably.
Yeah, oh, easily, yeah. Even if you had to go around, so it's 4 times your movement speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, easily you can get up there.
And I'm just gonna get thing goes, here's Bubby!
Okay.
A grandma.
Hands.
You lift up and
Just
land.
does that with the hands.
As you do, both of you being on the very end of this platform, it wobbles just a little bit. But no problem, that is your turn.
That's why the hands.
That brings us to the top of the round. At the end of the round, oh no, that creature's dead now. That brings us to the top of the round, to the swarm.
Right. They probably want to go home now because we took their
Leader.
little babies.
Yeah, they just want to go home. They don't want to do anything else.
Allow us to mourn our children.
They're like, oh, you've got it. Okay.
Guess we're gonna leave.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do
I
wanna
knew
leave.
it. I knew it.
You're gonna attack the chessboard. I was gonna be so sad.
No, they're gonna prevent our exit.
Isn't there a door there?
There's a door there.
Oh, there is a door there, right? Yeah. He has to go this way, which is...
Just to fuck with you, Dan.
He's like gonna stop, and then you go into that room, and he's like, "So now we play chess."
Sit down. I challenge you to a duel.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
That's a
It was
good.
good. It was good. I like
I think.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay, so all of a sudden, Spice, as you hold your action after just laughing, you look around, you're not quite sure what's going on, and so you wait, which, as you said it, really blew my mind because as their turn begins, there's a noticeable kind of shift after those little creatures died, and they kind of turn and move, and then all of them, almost at the exact same time, begin to turn and move in the direction of the exit, the same way that you all entered in, and
fine,
they begin to pour out. As they do move, none of them take attacks. They all move, and in turn, they will deal a tiny bit of damage, I believe, to first Shade and then to Spice. Shade, you take 3 points of damage.
Cool.
Spice, you take 6 points of slashing damage.
I got a 29 or
That
28
hits.
to hit the
Yeah.
one that ran by me.
That hits.
Can I use my held action to follow them?
Oh man!
Yeah, you can, because you didn't move. So if you want, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so
Max
I'll.
damage.
Okay. Yeah, roll,
32 slashing.
32 slashing. This creature was hurt before. It is almost dead now. As you move and as it leaps over you, all of them turn at the exact same time, which doesn't allow them a lot of flexibility. And so it has this wide opening as it next swings around and you almost lob its head off. Even as it does, it is hissing and there is blood going from the mouth and the neck wound, but it is still up and it leaps down and drags itself along. That is all of the damage and all of the attacks. That's all the swarm is going to do.
I don't like those rolls. Those are ominous rolls.
Spice, where does your movement end you?
Well, if I fully dash, I'm gonna go all the way to the exit door.
Okay, so you're going to run by them?
I don't know.
This is
No,
the
no. What
only
I'll
door.
do, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run in line with them.
So you're following
get
them.
Caught up in
Okay.
the crowd of them escaping. Yeah, that's a
Follow
good
that
spot.
guy.
So you follow. As they all turn and run, you follow. Make a perception check for free.
Oh, please be
And this
one
is
of the
part of
skills
this
I
is
have.
part of your held action.
Okay. Damn. Okay, you say perception. 21.
With a 21, your ears pop. And though you don't hear anything initially, you sense that there's been an explosion somewhere nearby. And then another one.
Oh.
Somebody's coming through the grenade.
Yeah.
That is
What?
all that the swarm can do. That is your held turn.
Can
That brings
I
us to...
yell, everybody hide! Somebody's coming!
Yeah, you certainly can. You hear Spice yell this out. That brings us to Gibbs. Shade, you're on deck.
Bubs? No. Oh, that was okay. Gibbs is so Gibbs is gonna hold up her piece, and I think Echo's got one. Who's got the third? You do, don't you?
The chips?
Yes.
Shade does.
Yeah, we got it all.
Shade. Okay. And toss it. I guess. Who's next? I'll toss it to Shade,
Okay.
hoping that he starts the ship and gets us out of here.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Even if I'm holding
I'm
it.
like 40 feet up.
Oh,
Or like
well, okay. Well, hold on.
20
If
feet
it's not
away.
physically possible for me to throw a
can
tiny
throw
little.
it.
You can definitely
It's-
throw it. It's a
It's like
roll to throw.
throwing a,
I don't wanna use your
it's like
fucking
throwing a
psychokinetic
softball
hand.
versus.
No, hold on, hold
You
on.
give yours
Like,
to
just
Echo, and Echo
raising
can
your
just
hands.
psychokinetic hand up there.
I will just
Well,
fucking
it's
walk
also-
up there. Can I
That's just to restart
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, you
generators
definitely
without
can.
blowing up the whole thing.
I mean, you could fly the ship too, probably, if it works.
Once we
That's
get
not a
it
bad
started.
idea. Yeah.
Did we get the initiators?
No, but you know where the
is
flight
their
suits are.
initiator?
They're in that dye-filled bag. You imagine
Oh.
that probably at least one of them Echo has.
And those might just be for the drow ships. We don't know if this is.
This is the cockpit.
So you know that those three, the synchronous power output chips, are required to start this ship without it blowing up.
Right.
Yes.
That was what the log said.
Yes.
The ship, if you've reached the cockpit, you can probably just start it.
Okay. I was assuming when you said initiators, I thought you meant for the small.
Those are
it's to
those
power the
are probably
generators.
in the Drow flight suits because that's where they were
Oh,
when
that
you
Echo
rescued the
has.
first one. Echo has at least one in their hull.
Wait, so we have to find the other flight suits?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Null
Yes.
space chamber.
And you see some of them in this
Great.
biomass, so
Okay,
that's
but yeah,
kind of where they
Gibbs
are.
is gonna go into the biomass.
Okay,
and,
make an investigation check.
Yeah, look for the pieces of the
You
puzzle.
drop down, and as you do, there is a skull with little bits of flesh still clinging to it that just stares straight back at you.
How about a perception?
Yeah.
Because there's no.
Yeah, sorry. I always forget if it's perception or investigation. I know that that's
Right.
one of them.
36.
Okay.
My perception 17.
With a 36, you absolutely find 3 of these tendon slicer ignition cores.
Great.
You would imagine that means that Echo has the remaining ones because you dig through all of this stuff. You take an arm and you throw it out of this bin. There's all kinds of weird goop and dye, and when you come out, you are covered in like blood.
Gibbs has one initiator
biomass,
chip,
dye.
one initiator chip, and it's just like, okay, where I got? And then just looks at. This is a big old wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we have 5 now for the 5 GPF
you have all of the ones that you
lockout
need. Yep.
ships. Great, okay.
So you're saying I have 2 initiators in my null space
You'd
chamber?
imagine so. Well, one because you
Got
have
one
one
in
in
the
the one
one
Shade
spot and one in the front and one in
has.
the
5
back.
fighters total.
Gibbs is gonna stand at the bottom of this staircase and have all of the things that people need.
There you go. Gibbs, you have everything, and looking around the corner, you can see a door has been blown open, and in this room, you can see a number of like laboratory, in there. That is where those guys emerge from. You can see that there is swarm biomass that kind of coats the walls there and the floor. You can see a number of ruptured specimen containers, and with that 31 that you used on your perception check, you see one perfectly intact specimen container labeled 5 liters. And it is that fuel canister that is in there right there.
Damn, dude.
Gibbs jaw drops, being like, the fuck? And we'll drop an initiator chip here.
Permeable.
Or whatever the ignition thing. Ignition? What's the word?
Ignition core.
Ignition? Cool.
Okay,
Why
no
would
problem.
you drop one?
So I have a receptacle to put a different item in my cheek pouch.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want one of us to pick that up?
Yeah, I think it's been very clear Gibbs wants to put the things in the jar. Now the thing is there to succeed the task.
But don't we already have the thing in the hole?
No, because that apparently is bad. It's like mutated from the dye thing. It's like every gut instinct
so
was like
you
that's
want
right.
a perfect one.
I want, if we have the option of the dyed one and the perfect one that's already
So
labeled.
you
I
drop
want-
one of these
Yes.
ignition cores, and with one hand you grab through the ruined door this little sample, and you just
I don't think
pull
I'm
it free.
close enough.
Oh, okay. So you're that's what you're planning on doing.
Yes.
No worries, no worries. So that is what you are going to be doing, Gibbs. You also see a single door around the corner, and that one is labeled cockpit. But that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Shade. Echo, you're on deck.
Free action. I'm gonna calm the director
Okay.
and ask if the director can update us on what's happening outside.
I did have sensors shooting to the ground. I told the director to do that.
Yeah.
That is true. We did do that.
And the director would say, there are a number of smaller forms, but they have vanished.
Vanished.
Guys, all of these things come together like a biomech, and they just turn into one big old thing.
Gonna, I guess, deal with the ones that are up with me.
Okay.
Now that I'm not in base contact with any of them, I'm gonna be able to distract and hack the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
23 or 33. Rather.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna full action. Just oh wait, I can't full action attack it, can I? Then I'm gonna. What would the action economy be to throw the grinder fist, the blender fist to Bubs?
I would say if you want, as a swift action, you could just kick the crate off. But he's up there
over
with
there,
you
yeah.
now. I mean, it would be picking up an item and passing it over. That's an action.
All right, then I'm just gonna attack
Don't you already have
this guy.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
Actually, base contact. So move here to attack.
Okay. You step over the blender fist.
And flat-footed, so he's got a -2 to the AC, right? Natural 20.
Not that he
Damn,
needs
that's your
it.
second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll damage. And this guy, for what it's worth, not looking good to begin with. Oh wait, no, this guy's okay. He's just hungry.
I've been there.
So 30 slashing damage, and
Now he's looking
also
rough.
3 bleed.
3 bleed. Okay.
Actually 6 bleed because it's doubled.
How is he looking, Joe?
He's looking rough.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
He was unhurt after breaking through the door. Now he's hurt.
Do you want to put a bleed ring on him?
Anything else, Shade?
That's it.
Alrighty. Echo. You can see Gibbs just runs in the opposite direction of the exit. Spice runs in the exit.
Turn that ship off.
People are just going in all different directions. What do you want to do?
The Benny Hill sax theme plays.
Yeah.
I am confused. I'm going to roll because Echo doesn't
Can
actually
I
know
free
what to do.
action, or it's not my turn? Never mind.
It's not.
No one's told
fine
Echo what to
bleeding,
do.
so
Echo
you can
accomplished
die.
things and now everyone's running away. Echo is very
We're just in
confused.
the ship.
Echo's going to hold their turn until someone tells them what to do. 'Cause
Okay.
Echo doesn't know what to do in this
problem.
moment.
That is Echo's
Okay.
turn. That brings us
tell
to
me what to do.
Spice.
You hear Spice feeling that 2 of her crewmates are like, I don't know what to do. She's like, I know what to do. And she's like, Bubbles, you and me, we're gonna block the back door and ambush the people that come in. Echo, you're gonna hide because we need you for when they break through me and Bubbles. We need you to get them as our second line of defense. All right, let's go, team. And she's gonna follow the creatures as they keep running out the door and position herself as close to the door as her movement will.
So are you gonna run by them? Because you are gonna be.
So I am before them. So yeah, whatever. I'll run by them.
You can
Okay.
hold your action to run.
No, because I want to use the rest. So how far away did those blasts sound?
Probably about a
Minefield
minefield
distance.
distance away.
As in more than 120
As an
feet?
outside.
No.
They're
Okay,
within
so what
120 feet.
if the blasts are loud enough that she can gauge that they're within her telepathic range.
Just
we
within
walked
120
past it,
feet.
too.
Okay,
So
so
you-
I'm gonna run 30 feet. I pass one of these guys, I guess, or however many. I'll leap up onto the chest table and ruin it or whatever.
You could land right on the chest table.
Yeah, she stomps on the chest table. And then first round of detect thoughts.
Okay. You have this huge detect thoughts, and there is absolutely an intelligence right at the very periphery. It is 120 feet away from the ship, which would put it right at the edge of the minefield.
So Spice is yelling commands at her teammates, even though she's not the captain, and then she's also yelling about how close the outsiders are.
There you go. That is your turn, Spice. And you make tracks going around these things. Echo.
Does that trigger Echo?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Echo's been told what to do.
There you go.
Got him!
Echo hears that they're supposed to hide and be a second line of defense. So they are going to zip all the way through to the entranceway,
Okay.
because they can.
You can avoid one of the attacks of opportunity.
That's fine.
Okay. So you take two.
Echo has 80 feet of movement in a round, and they're taking a full dash. You don't need to count.
Echo does a full lap.
Echo
That
does
was
a
like
perception
one-
check
Does a
for cool
26
shit on
against your
floor.
KAC hit?
It does.
Okay.
Meets
The other
beats
one
it.
definitely misses. And so that is going to be only 8 points of slashing damage, minimum damage.
That's fine. And Echo's going to wind up behind that console.
This one.
No, the other one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, you run by.
And
This-
hide?
Okay. Oh, wait, you're full action running, right?
Hide.
So flavor hide, okay.
Well,
Move that.
haste circuit.
Hides
Yes.
behind a full ass wall.
Are you rogue?
Turns a full corner.
that-
yeah, go for it.
Is that
makes
enough
sense.
that it was like, that's 120 feet? Or you're still counting.
I think
counting.
that would be-
He's his
No,
turn.
just ignore me. Ignore me.
I
Just
got you.
don't tell me how much you're counting.
2.
I think you're.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31,
31 times 5 is...
155.
I have 80... I
Yeah,
two
Yeah,
Move.
go for it.
Movement.
Make your hide. Yeah, make your hide check. Make your stealth
I
check.
love this haste circuit. I like less the rolls, but I mean, it's fine. I have good stealth. That's a 25.
Oh, you're
25?
hitting this fucking
You feel relatively stealthy. You do hear echoes of an explosion
Echo.
outside. Kind of not feel, but feel the reverberation of the shockwave. That is your turn, Echo.
Yes.
That brings us back to Bubbles.
Yes. And as Bubs hears Spice say that, he thinks back to earlier when she was talking about the GPF stuff, and she was kind of assuming a soldier role, and now he sees her kind of as a captain role. As
Yeah.
he says that, and her voice and her posture,
Sorry.
and just everything just kind of gives. And he's a little bit turned on, a little bit. He's not gonna lie.
Of course he is.
And
Yeah.
he's going to run
heard that
action.
voice.
Adjust himself as he
to
runs.
here. Yeah, he's gonna adjust his pants, and that's my turn.
Okay, you take your backpack, you hold it in front of yourself, and you run down the hall.
Like they can't see me like this.
It's middle school all over again. So that is your turn, Bubbles. You follow the orders that you're given. That brings us to the top of the round and to the swarm. And sure enough, not changing their strategy in any meaningful way, shape, or form. They will cross Overshade twice.
I'm gonna make. Well, that one's bleeding, so it's gonna probably bleed out. It's
Reaction
taking
fall off,
6
so you don't have to
bleed
take
damage.
these.
I'm gonna attack the other one.
Are they trying to run by me? Because I'm gonna slot one.
27 to hit.
And then 25 hits.
Isn't the door closed?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Nice, because I closed the door.
Yes, yes.
Fuck yes.
Why you a boss?
So these
Look
like
at Gibbs being the
26
powerhouse of the
like
cell.
cats behind a cross.
It was a deep cut.
Thank you.
20 what?
28 points of slashing to the.
8 points of slashing. Give me 1 second here. That was the one that you just hit, right?
No, that was the one that I hadn't hit. That wasn't
okay.
bleeding,
Alrighty.
because the other one's still bleeding.
Okay.
And
Fresh
takes-
damage on that one. All of them are hurt now. Every single one, at least a little bit of damage. That is
The bleeding one takes another 6 damage.
okay. And he is really not looking good.
Are the ones that have been around me dead, or one
The
of them?
one that's down there is dead. The one that's right in front of you had been like all the way around.
I
You.
see,
They're
yes.
they're moving around
Got
right
it,
now.
got it.
And so as they rush, Bubbles, or sorry, let's start with Shade. Shade, you're taking 2 just passive damage. That is going to be 9 points of damage. Over, let's see, Echo's out of the way, Gibbs is out of the way. Spice, you only have 2 that run by you.
Can I
There's
try
gonna
to
be
hit them?
Yeah, you can hit 1. You do take 6 points of slashing damage as they go by you, and then Bubbles, they can't damage. Well, actually, technically, they can
they
do
get a
1
6.
damage to you.
I can get a 1.
No, they don't. So they rush over you and then clang, clang, and they begin to attack this door. Oh, no, they can't attack. But you imagine that they're going to attack. They like pull back the sides. They are moving in this direction for sure.
That's my job.
That is all that the swarm can do for their movement. That's all that they're going to do for their attack. That's all that they're going to do. And that brings us to Gibbs.
Gibbs gonna press the walkie-talkie function on her comms that is programmed to hit everyone's comms
Sure.
as well. Why are we fighting when we can just flee? We have the keys, we have the things, just and then we'll grab the jar,
Okay.
put the jar in her Starfinder backpack,
Disappears.
cool. Dash? That's what dash? I can't do both.
You can't do both.
Bring it back.
Okay.
If you had a haze circuit, you could.
I will roller skate.
Can't
You can't roll. Yeah, you can't do
No.
the roller skating. Anything else?
No, I made my point that we should just leave. We have the things to leave.
No problem. You make
Is
that
this
point.
door openable from this side? Basically,
In the same way as the other one, you need power to be able to restore it from the console on the board. But that is your turn, Gibbs. That brings us to Shade.
I'm going to calm to everyone.
I think I have to do when I turn around. Big props.
it's the chessboard, right?
I suspect that
That's ruined.
the hive mind that controls this is somewhere else.
They're coming here. We have their babies.
They're likely coming with reinforcements.
Wait, who? What?
The hive.
Five's coming with reinforcements. Why are we fighting the whole hive? We have everything we need.
What else?
I'm gonna
Oh, I thought it was GPF people.
drop down here.
Okay.
Wait, it's not GPF coming in? It's people. It's things with intelligence.
Yeah. These
These
things don't have
things.
intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't have intelligence? Like glue.
And
Wait.
I'm gonna distracting hack attack that one.
What?
The babies didn't.
The babies did have intelligence.
Yeah,
They were
this
just
thing.
being formed.
Just roll people.
We don't
You guys have very interesting assumptions going
Yeah,
on here.
what? I thought that was the mother.
32 to distract.
32, that is a success.
And
They were protecting.
then 24 to hit.
24, absolutely a hit.
What?
And that's gonna be 28 points of slashing damage.
28 points of slashing damage. That was the one that fell down.
Yes.
Shade, as this creature limps up to its feet, it is about to take off bounding, and you are able to take this blade and just carve across it and into the shoulders. It sinks down, and you are able to just take the blade and a little flick up, cut across the throat, and this creature is dead.
Nice.
Cool.
Anything else?
Free action. I'm gonna say we need to start this ship.
Okay.
Which ship are you referring to? Now I'm all lost.
This ship.
That
the
is
deer
your
spice?
turn,
Yes.
Shade.
Okay.
That brings us to Echo. Echo, you feel hidden. You are near the front. You can hear these creatures as they rush by you and slam into the door. You hear the reverberations of the shockwave outside. What do you want to do?
Echo calms everyone. The creatures are attempting to leave. We should let them. They will take a few minds for us. And then is going to make an attack at 1 to lessen the load on Bubbles, because Bubbles is right by the door handle. Stealthy. A 27 for the stealth for CR plus 20 plus CR.
That is a success.
If you Jurassic Park open the door.
That would be so funny.
So funny.
I didn't think about trying the mechanical check,
25.
but maybe I will.
It's my favorite part of Jurassic Park.
29?
25.
25 is a hit?
Yeah! I get to use all the dice again!
You're just going to pinch it like this.
Wow, she bam, bam. Dead
You have
zone.
to hit a 20 on a strength by pinching it like that.
Oh, it's not good numbies
I
though.
have to like poke it enough that there's
But still, it's gonna be like 40
A
hits.
lot of not good numbies.
4,
Probably just
8,
can't open her.
18, 23, 27 cold and piercing damage, and then 9 bleed to the one that is already bleeding, which supersedes it.
It's dead.
It's
Yeah,
dead.
you give it all of the bleed. It
I give it so much
completely
bleed,
bleeds out.
it explodes in a blood cloud.
Absolutely. As you shoot, this thing just erupts from the inside and bubbles as it is the first, and it screeches out. The chest just explodes outwards, and it kind of crumples in, almost like a snowman melting from the inside. Anything else, Echo?
Echo will zoop out from hiding and zoop back towards everyone else where the chip is.
Okay. Zoop, 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 zoop.
Because Echo can zoop.
Are you going past these
Echo's
zoopies?
going past.
Zoops.
Is
Our
going to
two
provoke
chips
an
are
attack of
together.
opportunity.
And I'm near the
That's going to
cockpit.
be a miss,
Cool.
for sure.
I think that's 3.
No, I've got the third.
No,
1, 2,
3
3.
attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, there is a third one here that could take an attack.
That's the one that can, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is all of the... That is your turn, Echo?
Yes.
Alrighty, that brings us to
Communicated to Bubbles
Spice.
to open the door, let them out.
Okay,
Spice, this creature right in front of you. You hear that they are going to power up this ship. Echo runs right by you. What are you doing?
Spice is gonna go, power up the door, Spice! I've got the door. Me and Bubbles got the door. So Spice is gonna run towards the door.
Okay, doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity as it already was taken by Echo.
Yeah.
And you just rush
And
around
the door's
corner.
open, but I'm going to
Door's
stay
not
by.
open.
Oh,
Yeah, it's closed yet.
oh well, I
it
can't
open?
use it. No, because that's a move action, and I can't.
You can ready move actions. Oh, but you're already moving.
I'm already
Also, you-
moving.
Yeah.
You don't have a helmet on, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think nobody took their helmets off.
Yeah.
There's no air in here.
Yeah.
We all came down.
No, there is
there
air,
is
but nobody
air.
took their helmet off.
Yeah.
Well,
You've heard a couple of
motherfucking
things,
air.
but you haven't. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna hold my action to see if anything gets through the door.
Okay. You hold your action in case anything gets through the door.
Did you want to go your full action or your full movement?
No, I don't feel the need to, because
That
I
is
want
your
to.
turn,
If something
Spice.
gets in here, I want to be ready.
Bubbles. You hear the sound of Spice's heels clanking off the metal. Coming behind you, Echo just accelerates away as one of these creatures explodes next to you. What do you want to do?
Well, now that I know everyone had their helmets on, I'm gonna just listen to Echo then.
Okay.
And the handle is right here.
Yeah.
Wow, you said yeah, really happy. But I said I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna open that door.
Make a strength check.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot
You've
about
previously
that. obviously.
opened this door, and so the DC is lower than it previously was, and that is thanks to Gibbs, who closed it and did so in a
20.
proper way.
Nice.
Oh,
But it doesn't even matter
Natural 20
because
to use
you
a door.
grab onto it, you twist it open.
Classic TTRPG.
There is a little slow opening as this open, but the air vents abruptly, and this creature right into it, and does deal a little bit of damage to this creature as it is shredded out. That's actually a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Give me 1 second. That is 8. It is still up on the other side as it into space and kind of into the
Imagine
dirt.
that
outside.
Does it get
20.
pulled into the quantum?
It does not quite into the quantum mines.
With a natural 20, I'm holding onto the door to not be vented myself.
Interestingly, for what well, Echo's not there. Never mind.
What?
Echo is
Not
over
super
there.
far away.
Yeah. All right,
Spices.
Was there?
that's true.
Okay.
Bubbles, anything else?
I have a move action. I think I'll just kind of peek my head out the door and see if do I see anything.
This door is now open.
And I'll pull up on my comm a live feed.
Okay. So, live feed out. You see these four Tendon Slicer interceptors still lined up in their parking space, but you do see a number of little swarm corpses that are just kind of littering the minefield. There are big, abrupt, like craters in the ground itself, and you see that other one just onto the ground right outside at the base. But that is what you see.
As Bubs is like recording this. Guys, I'm showing you what I see. I don't see anything. It seems like these just weird dino things.
Just like brute force.
Worm
going through the
tune.
mines to try and disarm them.
It sure seems like they tried to, yeah.
These weird dino things are just blowing themselves up in the mines. I don't understand.
But that is your turn, Bubbles? Yeah. Alrighty, that brings us to the swarm. So as the air is like rapidly venting out of much of this place,
Motherfuck, stupid, slicey bitch.
That was
Yes.
motherfuck, stupid slicey bitch.
That was art.
Thank you, I'm a poet.
is he prone? Or is he just heavy?
I think he's
heavy.
fell off.
So he takes 6 damage right now.
Yeah, but did he land on his nimble cat feet?
Okay. And that is all of my guys, dang. Okay.
All the guys.
Okay. So as they're running, the only one of them is going to be able to run across Spice's space, which deals 4 points of slashing damage, but they fully move and don't take any attacks. Okay. And then that is the swarm's turn. Gibbs, what would you like to do? Oh, sorry, 6 points of damage. Right. And this guy's not looking great. He's still up.
He can. I mean, it seems like they're not, but he can make a save as a standard action.
What is the DC on that save? As a standard action.
yeah.
No, he can't then because
Yeah.
it's moving. Okay.
That's what I figured.
That is the swarm. Gibbs, what would you like to do? Shade, you're on deck.
This door, electric.
Yes, but it's again, no power to this thing.
Okay. Where's the? Okay, in my head, I've got this little half a key, thirds of a key cord. Where did that go?
So you had
I don't know where it goes.
1/3 of it had been slotted in a corpse's hand into the little consoles on the other side of that catwalk. Pretty much the polar opposite side of the ship from where you are. In fact, if you were 5 feet closer to Matt, you would be literally across that row. So yeah.
So okay, this goes over here.
Shade is standing 25 feet away from
Okay.
where that ship
So
is.
in the logs that Shade found,
Yeah, that Gibbs canonically didn't read.
then you wouldn't know where they are.
But I knew that you wanted me to get the thing, and I know I want to go to
But
the
that's-
cockpit.
Okay.
No.
Wait, that's where the
we didn't
cockpit
say to
is?
go.
That
no,
is where
we
that
never
ship
said.
seems
No one
the
ever
Spock
said
ship seems to
anything
need
about
to
a
go.
cockpit.
Yeah.
The
I
cockpit
said
is where you would
cockpit.
need to go if you wanted to start the ship back
So
up
that's where
once the
Shade
Spock was
or Echo
inserted.
needs to go.
Okay, so I'm the problem child here.
You don't actually need the Spock chip. It would give you power and access to everything in the ship if you plugged it in. But you have the ignition cores presumably on your person. You guys could leave.
Oh, wait.
Wait,
So are the
Echo?
initiator core... Okay, confirm for, I think, the table because we're confused.
Yes.
Initiator cores are for
Tendon
this ship?
slicers. No.
Okay.
No.
The
That's-
tendon slicers.
Ignition
This is what
cores,
I was
there
talking
are
about
4
earlier.
ignition
that I
cores
actually
for
got
the
confused
tendon
about.
slicers.
Gotcha.
There are 3 pieces
Ships.
to
Yeah.
the ship
Yes.
power
Yes.
core.
So we
This
do not-
Deer Spice Power Core
And we
needs
do
3
not
chips.
Which
need
we
an
have.
initiator core for this
I
ship.
knew that
Correct.
information, but I didn't.
As far as you know, correct. But
What
you would
Echo
imagine
had.
no. It would be much larger than for the
As of
fighters.
what the table is aware
Correct.
of.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the
So-
clarification.
No worries.
We don't need the deer spice at all, though. We're not even fucking here for this. So,
But, like,
I got my jar. So my mission's accomplished. I feel good. So I'm gonna full action. I'm gonna scoop up this initiator core as I run by.
Okay.
And then just fucking go. Like I'm ready to fucking leave.
Okay.
So can I and drop the
No.
Okay.
Over there.
Okay, so you see Gibbs running, both hands, the cheek pouches bulging, something clutched in the teeth themselves, just
Not
like
if I free action pick something up.
everything. So that is just because she had
the
prepped it to go, like that was like set up basically as a grab bag.
So I'll take the dice back though, because now it's all on my
That's
person.
what that was.
Yeah.
And so that is your turn, Gibbs.
Yeah, so I have 3 initiator cores and a piece of the thing, but I'm running by the slot because like we don't need the ship, we need the tendon slicers. So like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I mean, we have 3
that is your
ships,
turn,
we could-
Gibbs. That brings us to Shade. Shade.
We could just sell this.
You and Echo now in this room, all on your own. The bubbling elements of the biomass off into the side. Everybody else over and a little bit more forward. What do you want to do?
What if we had 2 ships? What if we had Deer Spice and Director?
So, Shade's plan was to use the deer spice as a distraction and defense mechanism for the presumed retaliatory response
Right.
to kidnapping or to like.
That's what I thought we were
So what are
doing.
what are you
we're
doing?
lifting off the ground.
what is
and
Shade
waiting
doing
for
right
the
now?
I didn't
ship.
get the keys to start this ship.
Well,
Correct.
no, we have all the chips.
No.
I ran past
Gibbs
with
has
mine.
them.
Yeah.
None of us has communicated any of this
Yeah.
to us as well.
So Shade, what are you doing now?
So I'm gonna start.
Communicated that we were gonna start the ship.
Oh, was it?
I'm gonna hand my key piece to Echo and say, stand by for the third. We need to see what's happening here. And then go. Is it a free action to drop it into Echo's hand?
Yeah, that's fine.
free action
No,
round.
Gibbs has the 3rd chip, so that means you have 2 chips to start Deer Spice, and Gibbs has the last one.
Yeah, and I'm willing to give it up. I don't give a fuck about it.
So that's what Shade's doing. So Shade's going to retrieve the chip, and both of the
gonna say,
pilots are gonna go to the Deer
Give me
Spice.
the chip you have.
It's in my pocket. Wait, not that one. Oh, wait, not that. No, I'm kidding. I give it to
Girl,
you.
Spice just one eyebrow raises as she's watching this
Is that
all
an
unfold.
action to take it?
Swift action.
Swift action? Then I guess I can use my action to make a move action
Nope.
back?
You broke
You're breaking up your movement.
Oh, he
Well, no, I'm using my action as a
Does
move
the,
action.
yeah,
to
that's a
move.
good
I
question.
don't think you can do that. I think you
can
can
only use it
full
as a
action
full
move
action.
or you can move unless you have an
okay.
ability
So
to
you
do
can't do
We're
like
doing the same.
that. You need something that
move.
says as an action you can move like something.
Oh wait, can I trigger my held action, or is it?
You're around the corner.
I mean, as long as you don't need line of sight or anything like that, yeah.
I don't think so. It's like a 120 feet. It's just telepathy. Whatever. It's
Then I guess-
technically it was the triggered action was somebody coming in the door.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess as a regular ass action, I'm just gonna fucking shoot at the thing.
Okay,
that I
yeah.
can see.
Make your attack roll.
Why not? It's right there.
And it's bleeding. It's not looking great.
28 to
28 hits.
30 to hit.
30
rather.
hits.
And that's where's my DC?
for the record, I don't need line of sight.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, it's telepathy. That makes sense.
Oh, there it is. Nice. That's gonna be almost max damage for 7.
7. That creature is dead. Just barely. With 2 damage to spare, you take that guy out. And very quickly, their ranks are thinning. Anything else, Shade?
Nope.
All right. That brings us to Echo. Spice, you're on deck.
Echo moves forward and just kind of like goes up to the corner, pokes their head around. It's like, what do I do with these? No one ever informed Echo where to put them.
Oh, I thought you read it.
No,
Oh.
you read it.
Yeah, but I
No, you
No,
sent it.
everybody.
Oh yeah, I got it. I did
Yeah,
the little
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and I did the thing. I said I read the thing.
You can.
I have the 2 chips, and I'm just going to wait.
Okay. You
Can I
wait.
hold an action after moving, or no?
Yeah. You can do it.
Echo's going to hold an action and just hold for having the 3rd chip to put in chip
No problem.
reader.
You have your hands out. All somebody needs to do is put that 3rd chip in your hands, and you can just shove that right
Oh,
in.
wait.
Power will be restored.
Can you haste yourself 2 moves?
Can you be the 3rd chip?
tell psychokinetic hand.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
I'm gonna
'cause-
move 2 spaces this way,
Yeah.
and then Echo is going to
just hold up
psychokinetic
the
hand.
hand.
It's basically just like a blue glowing hand that like electric spies it out. Oh, what the fuck was that?
That was the chip.
It's a D4.
And you caught the chip.
And I caught the chip.
No worries.
No surprise caltrips were thrown at Echo, and then psychokinetic came back, and boop.
Nice.
And so jamming this in, all of a sudden, all of these consoles full of different technical applications just light up. There are green lights. There are a few red, definitely spaced throughout. And a lot of systems are not functional. And
Lot
for
of door
all of you,
notifications.
the interior is flooded with red emergency lighting as everything is lit up. The door is all open.
Chicken.
Oh no, the door's all open.
Yeah, it's okay though. I feel like it's not a big deal.
You just ignore that. That's what I did.
And that is what happens. Anything else, Echo?
Definitely can ignore your check engine.
Nope, that's
Okay.
everything.
Spice.
Spice.
The lights go on.
Being like, nice, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then, knowing that Shade likes to also pilot, Spice is going to reach out with her mind and say, you can go to the cockpit too. I know cockpit too. I know you want to. She's gonna grant Shade an extra move action by saying, you better hurry though, because we can't hold him off for that long.
Shade or Bubs?
Shade. Because Shade, I don't know, can pilot and in
To get to
case
the cockpit,
Echo
yeah.
doesn't fit.
No
But I
problem.
know Echo can already do that, and then the rest of my move action go up to the door and have my guns ready for whatever tries to come in the door.
Okay, that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Annoying. Okay.
Alrighty. That is, so it's a cocked natural 20, which is instead
Okay.
Nothing.
Natural
19
one.
against your KAC.
Doesn't hit!
There you go. And so as you pull away, it slashes out. You are just keeping aside. That brings us
Can you move me
to
to the door?
Bubbles.
Well, I don't want to be in front of it. I want to let the rest of the raptors out.
There's just the one here behind you.
Yeah, I don't mind if that one escapes.
Wait,
Okay.
what's that one?
So
then?
right on the corner there?
Besides this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, no
Because then
problem.
I guess I'll have partial cover. if
Yeah,
someone
you
tries
kind
to
of like
shoot
lean
me.
into the corner and you have that as like a held space. That is a good place to fortify. And that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Bubbles.
I was going to move back up to contact. I have range, so I don't have to get that close. And
Bubbles.
Okay.
Oh no.
Does a 31 hit?
KAC or EAC?
KAC.
Uh-oh. It's a new
Yeah,
document.
it hit.
KAC.
Oh my god, it hit you.
Bubbles.
Rare.
All of a sudden, from up on top, these
Oh, no.
two scything talons, and they grab onto you.
What?
Can you make a reflex saving throw?
From where?
This guy.
Yeah, what?
They've been on top?
I got good reflex too.
No, it's just going to hit
14
him on the way
plus
out.
7 is 21.
21. You take 31 points of slashing damage,
5.
and you are not ripped up and onto the top of the ship.
It's outside.
It's on the ship.
Wait,
The call was coming from outside, inside, maybe.
He's getting
What?
There's a thing! There's a
on
thing!
top of this ship?
There's a whole other encounter map for this, but instead, you guys.
That's
And Bubbles, though he cannot quite grab onto you, as you turn and just skip out of the way, you see this huge swarm creature.
That'd be nice
It has
to
a
have
brain that is visible through this like clear, almost like a hardened element
shit.
of ichor on top. And as it does, you can see there are little bits of rock that are just stuck in stasis around it. And it like pulls away. You see the tail pull back, one of the arms pull back. It didn't quite grab onto you. All of these talons and kind of tentacles are writhing up to grab onto you.
So to paint the scene, Bubs was like outside showing the camera everything, and then Bubs like, okay, turn around. He walks back in, and then all of a sudden you can see it's still live streaming on his comm. Bubs just gets almost lifted, and then he like ducks under it, and then Bubs turns around, faces the the guy, and goes, guys, I think we have a problem here.
And you just see just the bottom part of the body, like not even the top, as it just is towering over Bubbles.
Are those the legs?
But that is your turn, Bubbles, and as we go to the top of the round and are starting with the swarm, because it is 8:20. Huh? Oh yeah, sorry, you didn't take your action. Go ahead.
Can I close the door?
Yeah, you can
You're gonna
try.
close the door while
you
you're
know, though,
outside?
He's gonna probably break the door, and I wanted the ship not be broken. So you know what?
Yeah, so
I'll
the
let him
ship
come
broke.
broke.
Okay, cool.
And,
Thanks
you
for. He says thanks.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
That brings us to the top of the
No,
round
you
into the
couldn't have
swarm.
come in if you didn't say anything.
Because it is 8:21,
It is vampire rules.
we are going to step
She's
away
a
for a quick
vampire.
break, and then we'll come back to finish this combat.
Thanks,
But we'll be
man.
back in just a little bit. There'll be a timer on your screen.
Check it out.
And welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. If you did, and if you didn't, welcome to our original Starfinder campaign. We're going to jump right back into our combat as the Swarm Psycho Debrader makes its way down directly in front of you, dropping down from the roof of the ship, having used its drones to eliminate the minefield before it.
There's an action. I'm gonna attack it.
That's true. Wait, didn't you make your attack at the end?
He asked
No,
about the door.
I decided not to because I decided, you know
That's
what?
right.
Asked about
I
shutting the
should
door.
let the vampire in.
So
I
at
want to fight him.
the end, go ahead and make your attack roll. And then we're going to get up to the top of the round and the swarm.
Oh, no.
Bubs, you gotta let the right one in.
This is not the right one.
Oh man.
There's an even worse one on the roof.
It's Spice. It's
Oh,
behind
it's
him.
20.
Hey!
That is
Wow! Lots of
absolutely a
20s this
hit. Go
game.
ahead and roll damage on that.
Kill it! Kill it with your space boomerang!
Oh wow, there's double ones.
Damn.
So 2 and then double to 4.
Wow, that's so lame.
That's so
I
cursed.
believe it's called
Wow.
Snake Eyes in credits.
I believe it's
Is this
called
not a
snake
giant
eyes.
snake? So can that be quadruple damage?
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
And then I had 17. I believe I memorized that. Right? 17? Yeah, 17. So 21, yes. 21 damage.
Does it also have a
I don't think it
critical
does.
effect? The dodge effect?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
And what kind of damage is that?
That's the dodge code, I believe, depends on if I'm doing the hammer or the piercing side of it.
Okay.
And for fun, because these guys, I believe, have hard and tough skin because of the diamond drill that went into it.
Sure.
I'm gonna believe that probably a sharpening thing would still probably be the best. So I'm gonna do the piercing.
Okay. And how much damage was that?
21.
21. You actually only did 11 points of piercing damage. And so perhaps chose wrong on this particular creature. But that is the end of your turn. That brings us to the top of the round and to the swarm. So the Swarm Psycho Debrader, first, you can see Bubbles, the little elements of rock around it begin to vibrate and shake, and you hear a ear-piercing shriek, and your ears begin to bleed, but it is not audible sound. This is in your mind. Can you make a will save?
I
And
hate that as a fucking mind affecting.
Spice,
Yep.
Shade, Echo,
Ah!
And Gibbs.
Gibbs.
and Gibbs.
Gibbs
Yeah,
are right,
everybody make
yeah.
a will save.
Oh, if it's mind affecting, I get plus.
It is
because
a
of
mind affecting
Lich
effect,
attack.
yes.
I hope I would have put my
Well,
Oh, you're
that
dead.
makes sense. 1.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Not that bad.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I
just...
got a 16.
Okay, that is a failure.
13.
That is a failure.
Wait, a will save?
Yeah,
Oh wait, I didn't add my will bonus.
17.
That is a failure.
What did I say? 16 plus 9. 25 actually.
that is a success.
Okay.
So fun.
Come on, load.
What did you roll on the dice?
13 plus something. Hold on.
Your will save?
I have pretty.
It's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's like.
So far, Spice is the only one who has managed to pass, and so everybody who has failed, as the psychic shriek rips across your minds, are off target for 1 round.
It's at least plus 5. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
If it's plus 5,
plus 9.
then you pass as well.
Yeah.
So Shade, Echo, Gibbs.
You can't take move actions except to right yourself. You take a -2 penalty to attack, and you're flat-footed. And just to read flat-footed, you take a -2 penalty to AC, and you cannot take reactions or make attacks of opportunity.
And you also, Spice, are instantly aware as this rolls across you, and you being so attuned to telepathy, this is not just this like damaging wave. This is a call. This is a call for help.
Fucka.
It does not need to use its psychokinetic leap because it's already closed over to Bubbles. But Bubbles, you can see this creature has no eyes, but the head turns as if looking for something else, and not being able to perceive it, instead turns its attention to you. You can see behind it, the tail becomes very rigid and stings towards you. That is a natural 20.
No!
Oh man, it has a crit effect and everything. Okay, so
Gross.
Bubbles. Ooh, almost max damage. So you are taking
They were just
37 points of piercing damage.
37.
And-
I have minus 10 to piercing, so it's only 27.
27. And your intelligence is reduced by 3.
Oh, permanently?
You don't know.
Who knows?
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
But as this sinks into you,
dumb, I
Bubbles,
guess.
you feel this pulse, and your entire back where the stinger goes in
I don't even know.
suddenly becomes engorged as it pumps something into your body. And worse than almost anything that you've ever felt, this is an invasion of your very being. As this foreign body, this goop, this biomass is pushed into you. But that is its attack. That is all that it's going to do. That brings us to the rest of the swarm. You are going to cross your path.
Oh,
Curve
fuck.
it here.
I can't do it.
This one.
Wait, did it just turn around to leave?
No.
That's all, guys.
Oh.
It just moved so that it would get the.
I will say that miniature is a little bit difficult because it's
Slashing
turning, and so it's hard to tell sometimes what direction the miniature
yeah,
is facing for
okay.
sure, and it doesn't have eyes. But it is directly in contact with Bubbles. The other two,
Is it trying to come in?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
May I come in?
Spice, as one runs by you, you take 6 points of slashing damage.
Damn, I have taken like 90 points.
Bubbles, you
from
take
this
1 point
stupid
of slashing
fucking-
damage as it goes by. No, it's a 6, so you take 1 point of slashing
okay.
damage as it finally pierces through the element of your bubble that seems to have been damaged by this creature. You are starting to weaken. Both of those creatures are going to take attacks against you, Bubbles.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hold on 1 second.
does a 29 hit?
No.
Does a 30 hit?
KAC or EAC?
KSC.
That's Mitsubishi.
There you go. Bubbles, you are taking 13 points of slashing damage as this creature slices through the single opening and twists the scythe, trying to pull parts of your flesh away. But that is all of the swarm. That brings us to Gibbs's turn.
Okay.
But I will say, Bubbles, you sense something innately wrong behind you, and you get a sense that there is another ability that is going to kick in at the start of its next turn.
So fun fact, Gibbs has Moxie,
Yeah.
which means when off kilter, I do not take any normal penalties to attack or gain the flat-footed condition.
Yeah.
So I am immune from this effect.
Are we
Yeah.
off kilter or off target?
Oh fuck!
Off target. Fuck! Yeah. Would be really, really good if you were in space, but you are not.
Oh wait, so if we're off target, hold
You
on.
have
So I
minus
read the
2.
wrong thing previously. Off target is just -2 penalty to attack rolls, and flat-footed is -2 penalty to AC, and then reactions can't happen.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but flat-footed isn't
Cool.
what.
The reaction thing is the big thing to concentrate on.
Cool. So then never mind.
Okay. So,
But I can move, so I'm good. Can I move you? Shade, could you please move me? Could you move me all of my movement to the door, please?
Is off target like disadvantage for start?
No.
Full action
-2
dash.
penalty. No, I'll just do my normal movement, please.
That gets you there.
Cool. And then how is Bubbles looking?
It's not the
Are you
worst.
bleeding?
He did just get impaled by like a cell sort of
All right.
scorpion.
I'm
injected.
going to cast Thought Ripple.
okay.
Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Do I have any fun?
And I can do it at 25 for 5 to every 2 levels. So I can do it at, we're level 8, so I can do it at 20 plus 25 is,
45, sorry.
am I 45 within that guy?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I just need to be within that guy actually. Yes!
You got
Okay,
This guy.
What you doing?
okay. I am reading my spell text. So I'm targeting this guy
Okay.
and the secondary target is the biggie. So I'm going to, I need a will saving throw, please.
Alrighty. Is this a mind affecting effect?
Oh, shit!
Oh. They just get a +2 if they're Lashunta, but at least that's what my mod is.
Let me check. Sorry. Let
No
me...
worries.
I don't think they're Lashunta.
No, I don't think so.
They might have.
Yes, it is mind affecting. It's divination.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you might imagine, as this is a mind affecting effect, it might not be as effective as you're hoping for.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I don't know that I would have known that because I haven't done a mind
That's fair.
affecting.
That's fair.
Sorry.
No worries. So what happens?
So they need to make a will saving throw. This is a level 3 spell, so my
Okay.
DC is
So they pass. They automatically pass.
okay. So they take half damage. So, okay. This first guy is gonna take 4 whole fucking damage.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's looking really rough, but he was before too.
Okay, and then
A little more.
the secondary target takes a -1 penalty to their will save for each opposing alignment of the primary target's alignment.
Okay. They're the same alignment, so no negatives.
Oh, okay.
Anything else? Gibbs?
No, the spell is awful!
Shade! You watch as Gibbs creeps from the corner and kind of
Mind-affecting
squeaks.
ones.
And the squeak has some magic to it, but not a lot. What would you like to do?
Gonna go. Do. Boom. Do.
It's like Frank Sinatra singing a song.
Move action. Shoot, I don't think I can get close enough. So I guess I'm gonna.
It's still outside though.
I think I just have to. Oh wait, no, because I leveled up. So. Damn, it's still too far. I'm gonna. Distracting hack by hacking Spice's comms and stuff.
Okay.
Because
Go for
that's
it.
within range of
Yeah,
this.
it is.
Within range of my hack.
Oh my god, everything is fucking mind affecting for Lashuntas. I literally can't do anything against this goddamn
This is the
creature.
same way though, you know that, right?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
it might actually 21.
21?
Sense motive.
We're just gonna have to
That's pretty good.
shoot it
That's a
down.
tie.
Oh, meets a beats it?
Yeah, I would say.
All right, so it is flat-footed, which negates the off-target that I have.
Yep. Just rolling even.
Attack. That's cocked. That's a 26 to hit.
Okay. 26 against the little guy. That's a hit.
That's gonna be.
You're dead. Your 2 spellcasters only have mind affecting effects.
Yeah.
7 points of fire damage.
And this spell doesn't make sense.
And that is the one that. Oh, yeah. That is all that you need to dispatch that one. That 4 damage actually wouldn't have mattered either way. But they don't know that.
Nice. Hey, every little bit counts.
For sure. That creature falls dead on the ground, kind of skittering in front of its ally. Anything else, Shade?
That's all I can do.
Echo.
Yeah.
From where you are, these elements are slotted in, the power has started, and then there is this ripple of mind-affecting energy that just tears through the ship. What do you want to do?
We're not off target after our turn.
Correct.
I figured it out.
Okay, I'm glad
What
you
is
figured
it?
it out. Echo moves.
You target an ally.
They've got haste circuit, so they're gonna go all the way around towards that white console that's near the
You're
corner.
not gonna start the ship?
Not at this current moment. That seems.
No, a little bit further back, further back, further back.
What if I adhere it to the ground and then
Actually,
you
no,
just
you're right.
fucking lift off?
You're right.
You run
At
forward,
that
you
first
run
console
back,
where
and you
I
run forward
initially
again.
Was in the corner.
This one.
The-
This one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Do we have a laser pointer for that problem?
It's vanished.
It's
He gets lost in Matt's fucking.
Okay,
Alright.
everyone puts
Sandstorm
shit over
over
in
this.
this corner.
Kara.
That is all you, brother.
not.
Kara, what are you doing?
It is.
have to take responsibility.
Echo palms the console, causing a bunch of screens to come up and start flashing.
Sure.
So that's 35.
Yeah.
And no, I'm back to me. I'm back to my usual.
And so, unfortunately, firing the screens distract everybody, including you. And so the light dances across this, and this mind warping effect does have some impact on your ability to aim.
He does.
Anything else, Echo?
Echo like goes to fire and like their finger slips on the trigger and just like starts slapping the gun. But yeah, no,
There you go.
that's all they can do.
That is your turn, Echo. Spice.
Fuck, man.
You see Spice like kneeling down behind the wall. See Bubbles get grabbed by the thing from the ceiling, and then she's like, you see all the spells like flicker through her mind, and realizing that
Mind
after
effect,
feeling
mind
this
effect,
like
mind
whoosh of mind affecting whatever it did, she's like, fuck, nothing I can do will work on this. And so she's like, good thing I have other things going on. So she takes a deep breath and she's...
There's no oxygen in the ship.
In her suit.
Yeah.
She's in her suit.
Yeah.
She is in her suit.
And it's also oxygen is pouring out of the ship, so if anything, it's gonna be
But
better.
like, if you have a face,
You're gonna breathe.
you're gonna breathe fire into your face.
You breathe in space.
She's got a suit on. We can
Well,
breathe in
can
her
I,
suit.
like,
She's
move
starting her
action
dragon
on-
gland.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
dragon
that's
gland.
So again, if you have a face mask on and you breathe fire, the face mask melts, and then you have
Well, what if
space.
I move action, take the thing off?
Then you are breathing nothing because
Well,
there's no
isn't
air.
there air coming out this way?
Yeah, but like this is effective. There's effectively no air. I mean, you would be suffocating. I guess
Also,
You
your
could do
body-
it for the
your skin
turn
would,
and
like,
then
freeze
just
and shit,
turn
too.
it back.
Yeah.
it's like depressurization, really. Like
Yeah.
it happens relatively violently, especially if you don't have your ears covered. I mean, not really.
There's literally,
about
what else am
lightning?
I
Shoot a
gonna
gun.
do?
You're
Zap
fine.
it.
You have guns.
Zap it, shoot it. You have a sniper rifle. Use the sniper rifle I made you.
I can, but it's gonna do less damage.
This
than
is a unique challenge we just have to overcome. Gibbs is the same problem.
Alright, whatever. She's gonna shoot it. Like, alright, she's like, alright. Takes a deep breath, goes, never fucking mind, I guess. And
You
then
gotta
I guess,
take a deep breath for shooting a sniper. You gotta, and then you gotta breathe
Alright.
out. On the out, you shoot.
I'm gonna shoot it with
Use
this
the
assassin
good
rifle that I know.
There's a gun here.
It's literally almost.
I was
the same
wondering if
thing.
anybody was going to point that
There's no
out.
ammo.
It has no power.
Oh.
Now it's
I
got
thought it ran out of ammo.
So you heard the clicking on the barrel and it kind of spun down. It seemed nobody investigated it further than that.
What?
Somebody said, "Did it run out of ammo?" And I said, "It might." And then you guys said, "How can we open these doors?"
Sounds like a thing
We said, why is there a lamp in the
And
shredder?
I thought in my mind, surely they must understand that there must have been some kind of a connection there, but no.
we didn't make the connection.
I did
Wait,
see that
what?
it was
But
just
we were at that
rudimentary
lamp for,
setup,
like,
'cause I
half an
checked the
hour.
trap.
But
Yeah.
we were busy with the lamp, not the gun.
Yeah, the gun, whatever.
The lamp was way more important. It's been the key to the whole success of this mission.
Where? So you have the lamp now?
Yeah,
What you doing?
But yeah.
I'm,
the thing.
I'm shooting
Make your
it.
attack roll.
So 17 plus 7 is 26 to
Wait,
hit.
26 against? Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. That's a hit.
Ooh, hey!
Very nice.
Yeah, I know it's 3d6. I think it's 3d6 plus 2, but I'll do 3d6 because it's too easy to find it.
Whoa.
Who's got a d6 and have it?
Yeah.
Big numbers,
Alright.
big numbers.
It's 10 points of damage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to back the fuck up, I guess.
Okay. How far are you backing up?
I just want. Actually, no, I stay where I am.
Okay.
Actually, no, I move. I move 5 feet in front of the door so I can touch Bubbles next turn if
Okay.
he stays there.
So you just round the corner, keeping your shoulder pressed up against it, almost like you're clearing the room.
Yeah.
That is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Bubbles. Bubbles, this shot whistles past you. What are you looking for?
What do you mean?
Sorry, what are you doing?
Bubs like kind of touches his head. My brain feels so foggy. And he's like kind of like trying to like gear himself up for the next attack. He is going to. Is this guy still outside?
Yeah, he's like right at the threshold. And I would say mechanically, you get the sense that because you're in the door, it's not pushing through you for that reason.
So if I close the door, is it a ramp or is it just a?
It's a ramp.
Okay, so it wouldn't even close it. He'd just probably
Isn't
bring it
this
right in.
the latch door?
Yeah.
Isn't this the like cranky?
Yeah, you could in theory crank it shut, but that would be probably
Yeah, but he's
much
on
harder.
it, so
Yeah.
you just slide right in. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. Here we go. Standard attack. That's a natural 20, I think.
I don't even know which one
It's
it's
just that's a natural 20.
That's
Is it?
totally cocked.
Okay.
dude.
Oh.
It's on your garbage.
Yay, garbage
So
pile!
many people have told you to clear out your garbage, and you've lost several natural 20s to it.
It's a process.
It's,
It's not. It doesn't.
I don't
it's
know, can we
never
also
it's
admire
never worked in your
garbage
favor, not a
pile?
single
feel like
time.
it's
That's a
like-
5.
I feel like it's like the lucky socks that are also giving you athlete's foot.
You are not able to. Yes.
Finish this.
Okay, you are not able to hit with a
Yep.
5, even with your addition. That is not enough. Yes.
Okay, I've read my spell text now.
Yes.
So the way Thought Ripple works, first target is 2d8 of damage. Second target is 2d8s of, like, 2 versions of 2d8s because it ripples.
So
and then,
4d8.
Yes.
But like rolled separately.
Yes. And like basically if the alignment is different between 2 targets, so if I'm like doing 2 opposing targets,
Gotcha,
it makes it easier for me to hit the second target.
That makes sense.
But I don't
So roll damage for the second one, though.
Yes, and it's saved, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Anyways, 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. Plus 5 is 18. Divided by 2 is 9.
Yep.
So that's
Okay.
what it is. Thank you. Sorry for I'm learning this
No,
now.
no. It's good. So that is Bubbles' turn. That brings us to the top of the round, I believe.
Yes.
And that brings us to the swarm. So, the Psycho Debrader. Bubbles, are you 5 feet in? So there's 5 feet in front of you?
I'm right here. I imagine the door entrance is right there.
Yeah, so it's just gonna, it'll push that 5 feet further in. The other creature is just gonna go across you to the other side of you to deal that automatic no damage. And then the swarm drone will go first, taking an attack against you, Bubbles. That is going to be a 32 to hit.
That hits.
Are neither one of them actually in the ship yet?
Bubbles.
This one is.
That one is
But
about
the big
half.
guy-
That one's halfway in the
That
ship
was like
because its base
taking
is
up the
wide.
doorway,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
or maybe not.
Bubbles, you are taking 10 points of slashing damage. The large individual right here,
Here we go. This is big
at
nuppies.
the beginning of his turn, Spice and Bubbles, and actually Echo as well. Can you make will saving throws?
No.
Oh.
so
Is
bad
it
at
mind
these.
affecting?
This is
19.
19.
Yeah.
That is a success.
Yay!
I believe me.
19 plus 9 is. Doesn't matter. I already know.
That's a success as well. Yeah.
22.
As this creature turns, the rocks kind of fall down and it lets out a secondary pulse of energy. And as it does, for a brief moment, all 3 of you feel terror grip your hearts, but not enough to make you flee for up to 5d6 turns.
Oh shit!
As you stand across, and all of you pass a DC 18 check.
Wow,
That is-
that's pretty good.
That is-
All right,
that is the
team.
beginning of its
Thank
turn.
God, Melora.
That is going
Relax.
to... It is
Gamalora.
going to do a multi-attack against you, Bubbles.
Yeah, let's do it.
That is 3 attacks.
I should have did something else in the last turn.
So
I know.
first
Now
one-
that I'm like registering the gravity of this situation, I feel like I wasted my turn.
First one is a 15 minus 4, 35. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next one's a 36.
That hits.
So the first one, Bubbles, is only going to deal 20 points of piercing damage. The second one is going to deal 23 points of piercing damage. As this creature strikes you first with that talon, and then the second one as it hooks up with this grasping hand that has 4, each of the claws almost as long as your entire face. And then, Bubbles, near the end of its turn, you feel this pulse on the inside of you as you take an additional 8 points of piercing damage, and resistances do not apply. That is all that the swarm can do, and that brings us to Gibbs's turn.
Okay. That seems like a bad time. So
Yeah, you're seeing Bubbles take a lot
I'm
of
not really
damage.
doing it yet.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna scoot up. Can I scoot up? Can I be 10 feet behind Spice, please? Keep up. There, perfect. One back. But I will because I don't want to be that close. I will hurl Force Disc at them, because that is not mind affecting. It's just gross.
Yes, it is. Earwax.
Natural 20.
Very nice. All
She's a hit
right.
for sure.
So it doubles the damage on the dice.
Yes,
Then
and
you
this
have
has a lot of
yes,
dice.
it does.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one, because I only have to do it once, so it does all the dice. Okay, so first one is, I would unfortunately aim for the little bitty boy first.
Okay.
So this is 18 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 damage to the first guy.
You eliminate this guy.
Cool.
The forest disc, it is tiny. It is just a little glob of earwax, but when you throw this, when it takes off with the speed of sound, there is a tiny little sonic boom as it leaves your hand and just rips through this creature's head, out through its mouth, and into the next target.
All right, I'm reading my spell attack. So I have to make a ranged attack against each successive target's EAC. Fuck!
Like the next one.
So the big
And I'll say take a +4 conditional modifier to it from the natural 20.
Cool. So that's 22, please.
22 against.
EAC.
That is a miss, unfortunately. As this force just right off the carapace.
Cool.
Anything else, Gibbs?
No, I think I like where I'm at.
Alrighty, that is your turn, Gibbs. Shade. From down the hall, Gibbs is moving forward. You can see Spice kind of lean around the corner. And then one of these creatures, you hear as it just dies. But there is still a problem around. What do you want to do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can get within base contact of this thing with my move.
It is a large creature, so yes.
It's like
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to attack it, but I'm gonna do my distracting hack, and I'm also gonna free action say, because Bubs is. Did I see Bubs get shanked
No.
by this thing?
No, but as you round the corner, I mean, you can see he's looking rough.
I'm gonna say
More than usual.
Gibbs help Bubs, and then with my it's a like 34 to distract it
And that is, what is the...
against sense motive.
Against sense motive. Doesn't... Oh, well, that's a natural 20, so...
Well,
failure thing.
I think it's just the DC is like the 34th sense motive. Meets a beats it.
Okay, there you go.
And then attack is a natural 20.
Wow, the amount of
Natural
nat
20
20, yeah.
Wow, yeah, for you.
All
But
right.
not one natural one.
That's good numbers.
Oh yeah, there has.
I rolled one. That's why he fell
there
off
has
the
been
thing.
natural ones,
This is.
But not by people who count.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, pretty
Shade rolled
good.
a natural
All
one.
right,
No.
so that's- I did.
Not by people who count. Sorry. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
So that was a 16.
Emotional damage. 16 points of damage?
28 slashing damage.
Okay.
And it's gonna also take. This is where it really matters.
The emotional damage.
Oh, nice. 14 points of bleed.
Holy
damage.
Love to
shit.
see it.
Very nice. That's awesome.
Can you add a ring on it, please?
So yeah, it is now bleeding.
And as you slash across
gonna-
at that time, I mean, you could see elements of blood for the very first time kind of emerge from the carapace, and that does pierce his defenses just a little bit.
And
He says yes, Bubs.
Flavor like I'm gonna kind of as I'm going in to slash, push Bubs kind of out of the way a little
Sure,
bit.
no problem. You kind of shoulder into Bubbles, but that ends your turn and brings us to Echo. Spice, you're on deck.
Okay.
All right. Echo's just gonna try again. Hold on. Yeah, Echo's gonna try again.
Okay.
Echo is going to, again, flash the computer lights with 27?
What is the...
20 plus CR?
That is not a success.
Aw. Does a 20 hit?
No.
Damn.
And so you flash the lights, you fire, it doesn't take any effect, and you miss.
I'm back, baby!
There you go. That is your turn, Echo.
That's the Echo we know and love.
That's it!
Alrighty, Spice. From where you are, you see Shay just zooms in around the corner, kind of between you and the wall, tries to shove Bubbles out of the way and carves into this creature. What do you want to do?
Oh wait. Oh my god, you're in front of me now. You
Is that-
ruined everything.
Is that supposed to not?
You can always.
Yeah, no, then now this jaw that ruined my whole turn.
Whoops. Sorry.
Whatever, I guess I'll just shoot at it again.
Yeah, make your attack.
Spice is absolute. You like see her sweating and fumbling because literally she uses her mind for literally everything that she can do. So I'm gonna shoot at it with my fucking gun.
Not with your
Great.
mind.
It's gonna be a 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
Yeah, that's what I
and
thought.
Spice, for sure. Tula Shunta especially. These are horrific beings.
Yeah,
And that
she's
stands out
getting
in your
more
mind.
and more scared the more she like feels her mind cowering to this beast.
And I would say for free, at this point, I mean, you can really sense this is a tremendous presence within this, like, just gestalt of a creature. It's not even close to the whole thing. This is still a very small part of the story.
That makes her scared even more.
But that is your turn, Spice. That brings us to Bubbles.
Yep. Bubs is like grabbing his head. He's not doing good. He's like kind of feeling dizzy. Bubs is going to do a standard attack. And he is No, I'm gonna do the
What you doing?
I'll do the total
Total defense.
which
All
gives
right.
me
Oh, fuck, I
plus
forgot.
4 to my armor class.
So standing there, taking strike after strike, you recognize you need to do something a little different.
And as a move action, can I just bump into him to try to get his attention?
Sure, you bump into him.
Yeah, and I was, and Bubs is like really dizzy, so his one-liner, and this is like part like confusion from him, is just gonna be like, "You take that."
Okay. You wedge your head into him, but that is your turn, and that brings us to the top of the round to the swarm. And there's only one swarm left. So
Every swarm counts.
It takes
No, it
12,
doesn't.
14
This one's
bleed
fucking me
damage.
up.
very nice.
Fucking
And
me
that-
up.
It can use its standard action to staunch the bleeding.
No, it has no need to do that. So it is going to take after taking that attack from you, Shade, it's going to turn its attention to you. And it's going to take a multi-attack against you. The first one is going to be only a 23 against your KAC.
Block.
Second one is going to be a 31 against your KAC.
Stabbed.
And so that is going to be only 21 points of piercing damage.
You guys know the like pod thing and even just
And that is all that it can do at this moment.
Yeah.
It, oh no, because you guys all punched up. That's great. Okay, actually,
Oh, no, okay.
you just move across and kind of bending down now.
Can it?
Go across you.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So it just like pushes through the fucking door?
So it actually
Along the
is going to
ceiling.
mostly climb using the ceiling and its talons puncturing into the metal. It does have a climb speed.
It's
And it's
like,
going to go
an
and kind of move across. As it does so, you do take passive damage from it, but it's much more than those little guys. Bubbles,
Yeah.
you take 6 points of slashing damage. Shade, you take 12 points of slashing damage. And Spice, you take 11 points of slashing damage.
I really thought he was gonna attack me.
But that is all that it can do, and that brings us to Gibbs. Gibbs, this creature now right down on the ground, and you sense this overwhelming alien presence about this creature. What do you want to do?
Bub's still not bleeding? Then Gibbs is gonna move up to this gun.
Okay. You imagine to get there, you'll have to climb over the desk, and that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
That's within range?
Oh, because it's a large creature?
Yeah.
Well, it's also-
Can I go
this is still
under
within
the
5
desk?
feet.
And-
Yeah, it will still provoke an attack of
Okay,
opportunity.
but do I have
It'll
the
just
desk
look
as
different.
cover?
Just eat it.
I mean,
No, don't eat it, because this is gonna fucking
no,
smash Gibbs. Your healer dies and then we all die.
what you doing?
To Gibbs.
I will.
There's that big gun right there, Gibbs. What are you doing?
You know what? No, I guess I'll stand out in the hallway.
Okay.
And I will spit at it, and cast Wisp Ally,
Okay.
and I will cast it so that it is harrying. There's a Wisp Ally ring. And so this gives it a negative to its AC.
Yep.
So that way it's easier to kill.
You can always
Anything else, Gibbs?
You can always move.
I'm bleeding. I've been bleeding for days. So
Oh, you have. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
No, I've been fucked up for a very long time, and I just haven't done
I
anything
did
about
not
Wisp Ally?
realize.
it. Yes, please.
That is your turn, Gibbs. This phlegm coats this creature and begins to seep into the little joints, kind of making it hard for it to move. But that brings us to Shade. Echo, you're on deck.
Cool.
I forget how I took damage. I've taken a lot.
From here, I am within range of these computers. Are there any controls for the weaponry based within those computers, or based on my previous investigation of...
There was no power to them previously, so you weren't able to pull any data out of them?
Right, but we've powered the ship.
Correct.
Right.
So are you making a computers check to see what's on there?
With my exocortex.
Make a
yes.
computers check.
To see if there's like a fire the gun program or something.
It's firethegun.exe.
Yeah. 27.
With the 27, you are able to overcome a relatively simple firewall. And that does get you into this first node. You can see there's no thing immediately in front of you that accesses weapons. There are 3 nodes. Give me just 1 second.
I like this.
Okay. You see there is security systems, there is life systems, and there is science systems.
Okay. Cool.
And then there's additional nodes beyond each of those.
Life sciences, and what was the last one? Security, life sciences, and...
Security, life systems, and science systems.
That's why I was like... life science.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so that's my exocortex, right?
Correct.
Then I'm gonna... full action attack this thing.
There you go.
Ayo. Let's do it.
That's a 24 to hit
Against?
against KAC.
That is a miss. However, Wisp Ally is -2 against the KAC.
2 against all AC. Just 2 in
That
general.
is now a hit.
Nice.
As you strike, you see your strike is about to hit right off the center of the plate, and then this little goop of phlegm in between just pushes the plates apart, giving you a perfect opening for a strike.
And that's 23 points of slashing damage.
Whew, very
And the
nice.
second attack
It's starting to look really rough now.
is 1 more than what I just got.
That's going to that's still a hit. It's every attack, right?
No.
Oh,
It's only the first attack from my turn.
Oh, okay.
that is a miss.
So then, because that was a... What did I get
Sorry.
before?
And it's also,
24,
it's a
so that
plus
became
2
a
circumstance bonus to
25.
your next attack, as long as that
Well,
attack
this is
is
a
first.
full attack, so does that count as...
Yeah, that would count for all of them then. Yeah. So then that is a hit.
Cool. So then that's another 19 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That's really good because it counterbalances full attack, actually. Well, not quite, but almost.
Right. Makes it a little less terrible.
All right. Anything else, Shade?
Nope, that's full action.
All right. Carving into this again and again, this creature is now starting to look pretty hurt, and as the Wisp Ally separates the plates, one of them pops off completely. It's starting to look bad. But that is your turn, Shade. Echo, what would you like to do?
Echo hasn't been feeling useful the last 2 rounds, but Echo can zoop zoop. Echo's gonna zoop zoop to the cockpit.
Okay.
Okay.
You run, having missed several times in a row now.
Okay.
You make your way over to the cockpit. The door has opened. You can see there looks like a flight seat off in the corner. There's a navigation console off into the right-hand side, and then right in front of you, you can see the pilot's controls. It has like this Deer Spice screensaver that is up.
Is it a picture of Spice?
It is not. It is
Pops
a picture
down,
of the ship.
pops down into the
front of
console and pulls up the flight computer, if able.
Okay. You pull up the flight computer. You see the same 3 things that Shade is looking at off to the side, but here in the cockpit, you have several other things that are available to you. There is engines, there's navigation, there's all the things that you recognize that you need to fly the ship. So as a first step, you can power on. You can fully go to power, the emergency lights will go off, everything will initiate, and then on your next round, you can start flying. You do recognize, in looking at the readouts as a quick glance, currently there are physical barriers that are kind of on top of the ship. There's pressure sensors that are going off, and so it looks like
We're stuck.
same,
There's something
not
keeping
stuck,
it wedged
but
in place.
you may take a little bit of damage in pulling it out, or you may get stuck in doing
It's like
so.
debris in the...
Remember, because it's like
You're not,
it's like jammed
yeah,
in.
you're not free and clear to get
Right.
out.
It's a tight squeeze.
Yes.
Are there any visuals?
Expert piloting.
There is a node that eventually leads to cameras.
Okay. But not immediately apparent.
That's through security.
Okay. Echo's gonna start powering things on and ping to the team that that's what they're doing, along with swift action disabling the haste circuit, and also, if there's any chance that we get out of here with minimal damage, we should take it now.
As you power the ship on, a couple of things happen all at once. First, the red lights flicker over, and there is bright light that now illuminates the entire ship. As everything goes on, this gun cannon, which was pointed down at the ground, suddenly rises up and begins to rotate, and you imagine on initiative order 20, and we'll say this is going to go after the swarm because that was a natural 20, will be the ship.
Wait,
All right.
The ship gets a turn.
the ship.
That is your turn?
She's
That is
cognizant.
Echo. That brings us to Spice. I mean, it's the ship's defense's turn.
Spice feels a spiritual connection all of the sudden.
It's the defense systems.
And it's the defense systems, but it's her namesake ship. And feeling that, she's like, alright, so then what the fuck does this creature want? Because Olive still doesn't understand why this creature is attacking us. So Spice is going to do a sense motive because I don't
Yeah,
understand.
sure. Make a sense motive check. Absolutely.
Because I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
We woke
Take a
it up.
+6 conditional modifier.
Okay, so fuck, there's so many numbers here. 17. 20. No, it's 27. Sense motive is plus 10.
7, 17.
4. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 10 is 27.
Because you get the envoy dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with a 27, you look around and all at once a couple things snap into view. You are aboard a Lashunta craft called the Deer Spice. With that check, maybe with the various live feeds and communication from your team, from Echo, you heard or saw perhaps that there was this Castroval screensaver of the ship in front of Castroval. So this comes from Castroval specifically. And you recognize it is not mere coincidence that you are terrified about this creature. This is almost certainly why this craft is here. They are aware that there is a threat to the Lashunta, and they are researching it. And very likely, if this is named Deer Spice, this kind of a craft takes a lot of money to put together, and somebody would need to finance it.
Mommy!
Oh my god!
As for why this creature is here, you did just murder its children.
There we go. Yay!
So, wait, with that check,
The ship is also not cognizant of anything. Its security systems are in light. But yeah, you can imagine whatever you want.
So Spice sees the director as like one of the crew, like as a sentient part of the crew. So she also sees the Deer Spice as an equal to the director, who is
So are
also
we
sentient.
We're robots.
No, I'm just saying the ship is also equal to me as a person, or as a Lashunta.
Not a sentiment said about other androids.
Yeah, no, there's a hierarchy, and androids are at the bottom, and ship minds are second to Lashunta. Get it
Amazing.
straight.
It's been great.
Humans are like fifth.
Yeah.
You have
Wait, where am I? Top.
Yusoki
most
hasn't
of
been
you.
placed
It's been
yet.
great
Yeah.
place.
There's not enough.
There's
I
so
haven't
many
seen
different
enough.
There's
ones.
a vacuum cleaner.
Anyways,
Gibbs
Yeah.
is underneath it.
no problem.
Wait, but so are the babies what Echo has in their?
No, so that is biomass, and what biomass
Does-
is, you imagine, probably having seen it, that is just nutrient paste that
nooch.
creatures have melted
Fucking
But if we killed their babies,
bodies
where are
down
they?
into.
Did we just kill all
The
of
little
them?
babies that ran away.
The little babies, there's a base of them somewhere.
It's that.
here.
It was this thing that we burned off.
Oh, so
Also, the
we
little
killed
ones
their
got-
children.
We killed the babies.
You
Mama's
killed the
mad.
babies. Yes.
Okay,
We killed babies
Got
that
it.
were being
There you
made.
go.
got it. Thank you.
And so
Remains of
that
crew that
is
was
your
on the
action. Anything else, Spice?
I
Your
can't-
action was plot dump.
Yes, thank you, because that's what all of
You can always do that. That's always an
Yeah,
option that's available
and
for you
I
guys.
have this literally all. I am a skill check person.
That was good.
Move
good info.
action. I can't bull rush as a move. Oh, maybe I defensive. What's that? Defensive step
Defensive
backwards.
step.
Guarded step.
Guarded step. Yeah.
No problem. So here in the swirl of battle, as Shade carves into it again and again and again, and the blood is getting everywhere, you step into the hall. That is your turn, Spice.
Yep.
And the ship turns on, and you can hear that cannon spinning up. But Bubbles, what would you like to do?
Bubs is still
Something's
feeling
going on.
incredibly dizzy. He's
And now the lights are really bright,
yeah,
too.
it's really bright. He's like leaning on his Dovco, and like a way that like he's like shielding himself. But he musters up the strength to make another attack and yells,
Flashbacks to see
"You are gonna feel this. And that's a 12 plus
Plus
14.
17
That's
is...
a 27.
27? 26
Is
hits.
Wisp Ally not?
Nice.
No, it's forever. It's like for like 8 rounds or some
Yeah,
shit.
It's really it like doesn't do damage, but you don't need to do a save
But
against it. It's a great ability.
I got some good numbers. A 12 and a 6 is 18 plus 17 is 35. Yes.
35.
I love your graffiti, dude.
You slam this Dothko into it, and as it is like goes past everybody else and the lights go on, this thing kind of is momentarily confused as the ship hums to life, the cannon spins up, and you take advantage of this opening and slam the hammer up like an uppercut action, and it pierces this glowing bubble, and it goes into the brain itself, this purple organ that is pulsing through, and you see part of it just deflates. And this creature is badly wounded, but it is still up.
Bub's like barely can hold onto the Dothko. He's like almost drops it, and then he centers himself and he touches the ground and picks himself up, and that's his turn.
That brings us to the top of the round into the swarm. This creature is not going anywhere. It is in base
12 bleed
contact.
damage.
Tell us how it happens. It had 3 hit points left.
And Bub is like destroyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, realistically,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's literally like Bubs is swinging around. Everyone's swinging around wildly at this thing. The thing's swinging around wildly, and blood's just going everywhere. And it's like about to slash at Bubs after Bubs just hit it, and then it's just kind of like.
and as it
just, like,
slashes,
bleeds
it
out.
reaches way back, and this artery, which was halfway open, just tears. And instead of you having the scythe brought down through you, Bubbles, there is just a of blood, and it is so much that it goes through the bubble proper and onto your actual physical skin, and you feel real blood on you for the first time. And for just a second, you smell iron too, and then that fades, and you are all out of initiative.
Wait, he smelled iron?
Oh yeah.
Bub
He doesn't know what it
automatically-
smells like, so he's like,
Bub automatically
was
just
that?
falls right back down. He's probably. Do I still have the intelligence negative?
You do.
Yep.
Is that a status?
It does. You feel it fading, and so
Okay.
it will go
But
away.
He's still. Bubs is still like on the ground, and he's like dazed. Like after that strike took everything he had inside of him. So he is like on the ground. You can hear him breathing. He's like falling back like, on his back, and his like arms are at both sides, and he's just and he's like touching. He's touching his
I'm
face.
trying. And I will take out one of my squeaky clean wipes and windshield wiper Bubs' face to clear his airways.
Spice is like also shaking, but like, baby, it's okay. But like in her, like there's nothing behind her eyes. She's like, baby, it's okay.
Is this a status effect?
It is not.
Okay.
And so this is something that seems to just kind of need time. Luckily, it seems as if this is about 5 turns worth of time. And so about a minute later, Bubbles, you feel your mind begin to clear and your vision focuses.
It feels like back when we were on Dorado. when we were in the Chasmic Genetic Solutions, and I smelled something, maybe it wasn't a smell. I don't know what it was. It felt like an overwhelming feeling inside of me. Is that what smelling feels like?
Wait,
Sometimes when it's unpleasant.
I have Khaleesi's flowers from Shishawik.
Mm-hmm.
Can you smell Khaleesi's flowers?
I can only smell rosemary, as far as I know.
Oh, never mind.
But now
And
I
that was
smell iron.
in a very specific circumstance too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
never
maybe
mind.
I can
But
smell irony and rosemary. But Bubs is gonna go.
Bubbles,
Mind it.
for what it's worth, it's not that you can smell iron and rosemary, but those were the smells of whatever seemed to be able to pierce through your whatever.
It feels like
What?
it feels like a headache with words. It feels like I feel so. Can we turn the lights down?
Bubs, focus.
Echo, are you staying in the cockpit?
Yeah, wait,
Echo's been in the
Echo-
cockpit. Echo's not aware that we're.
Gibbs will press the walkie-talkie button but not say anything just so she can hear that like we've started to converse outside of like just us shooting each other.
Echo's. I guess would that be before or after the
It's just like as.
Okay.
Not to interrupt.
So Echo, like, is there a light switch dimmer?
Yeah, I mean, not strictly speaking, but you are.
It's like there's gonna be a day-night cycle,
yes,
yeah?
yes. You can definitely turn the lights down. It's a little bit more
Dear
complicated than like a
spice.
little switch, but yeah.
Dim the
Bubs,
lights.
the world is overwhelming when you have access to all of your senses. I wouldn't be surprised if this takes a second to shake off, but that beast called for more, and more will come. We have all of the keys we need to leave. Are you safe to drive?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. It just I've never felt like this before.
You have some sort of connection to this beast, but I don't know here is the place to digest
to
it.
move.
There is a communication that comes through from the director who says, there are more biological signals closing in. ETA 11 minutes.
And I will hand an igniter switch to Bubbles and an igniter switch to Spice.
Okay.
And I will keep one for myself.
All right.
And
Shade has
I-
one from the previous craft, which means Echo, hopefully you have one in your space.
You said it's in the thing.
Vagina.
All I have to do is call it up.
And it is.
And the shuttle and my ship are back like 100
yeah.
something, 300 feet away somewhere.
Correct. Just outside, it's 165 feet away.
You even roll that dice for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deboard.
Echo's gonna try and see if it's possible to like slowly ease the ship out and like over the quantum minefield,
Make a piloting check, because it would be really bad
Let's
to
go,
get a quantum out of this thing.
Echo!
just to like give everyone an easy off ramp.
Hey! I'm holding my breath because I can't tell if it was
From
good or bad.
life.
Because Kara used to roll it on this side, now she rolls it on that side, so I can't see it.
No, it's
To
42.
do math.
Math is good. We like math. Means it's not low numbies.
Not all, but
31.
31.
Oh, we're fine.
With a 31, I just had to go through all my cameras for a second. With a 31, you push the engines into gear and very quickly you throttle down because you imagined you would not roll high enough to get free. You didn't roll low enough to cause this to collapse in on the ship, but you recognize that pushing too far will absolutely do that.
So I basically didn't move.
Correct.
Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like we are going for the tendon slicers on foot. The ship is firmly lodged in this cavern.
But Gibbs, as you go down the ramp, there is a clear line. Well,
of the minefield.
you can see it.
Oh, is there another combat cave?
Yeah, it's as if we left the ship.
have two separate combats.
No,
Should we move
we
this,
do
Joe?
we do it all in
Nice
one.
and long.
it.
okay.
It's I
A
think
peek
it's
behind the literal
Oh,
curtain.
literal, yeah, there's a curtain that got drawn back.
Oh, look, it's the puzzle board.
Holy shit!
Oh, shit.
Storage containers are
like that.
stand-ins for
Oh,
the ships. There's big holes where
The
the
mines.
bodies and everything.
So this is the minefield.
Correct. And that is
Oh my god!
So we're able to get.
Holy
Instagram, you might be able to see it this weekend.
Holy shit!
Damn.
I love that.
That was really cool because Matt and I were like
Yeah,
literally sketching, being like, "What does a fuck does it look
pretty
like?"
close.
It was
Oh, yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yes, that is kind of what you can see outside. And so there is a huge path that has been cleared from the mines. And you would imagine this creature, when it originally called, those mines, those explosions that you heard, were it using its drones to clear the minefield in front of it. That's how it crossed, got onto the roof, and was waiting.
Bubs is gonna reach out a hand.
It was going to ambush you. That's why I had the battlefield.
He's gonna hold on to Shade's shoulder and walk down the ramp with Shade if Shade walks with me.
Shade was.
Oh no, then I'll just walk
Well,
down. Yeah.
Whatever.
Gibbs
Spice
will
hold
take
you
a
up,
hold.
yes, but
I'll go with
Gibbs and
Shade,
Spice
yeah.
can-
Shade was gonna wait for Echo to come back.
Echo's going. Yeah.
Okay, then-
Gibbs will pause halfway down though and be like, "Spice and Shade, 11 minutes."
What do you mean 11 minutes?
Till-
I'm fucking fine.
No, I'm saying, how long do you? What's the
We're walking.
What's the calculation of us getting out of here? What if you took 2 minutes to find out anything about the ship, and why it's named after you?
Right now, so just to do the math for you guys,
Yeah.
you have 3 minutes in which you could do things in the ship, and then you need to get out of here. And it'll be close.
Right.
So 2 minutes, you can get out of here safely.
Echo requests the initiator cores and like goes to zoom in and like plug them all in.
No problem. So you like go ahead of the group, you take them, you run, scamper up the hill, or not up the hill, you scamper out and begin to plug these in. And one by one, you open up the ships. They're all in good condition. They've all just kind of been left here. One of them does have one of those little, it's a starship that shakes as like, you move around and it kind of rattles with the turbulence. It's like a hula girl, but it's a starship on a
Right. I was picturing like the mall rides that they used to have.
No, I mean, not too dissimilar. So it's on the cockpit. So like you imagine when they're flying, it looks like it's flying in front of them through space.
Echo like flags that one on an overhead view for Bubbles.
Okay,
Nice.
no problem. But yeah, easy enough. You put those cores in. So that's what you're doing. What are the rest of you doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Spicy's gonna go up to one of these consoles. Not sure which one matters the most. Maybe the one where what was it? Anima? What was her name?
Those are the servers.
Anima. And so I go to wherever Anima's server was.
The analgesic all
Yes.
over again.
Anama Hayase.
I was close.
Yeah, so you go over.
That's where.
And they're damaged. They're badly damaged, but they're there. And with the power up, you can see there are a few that spark, and there are a few that are running currently.
And in the same vein of like a journal entry,
Sure.
Spice is going to be like, "Hey, Mama, found your ship. We defeated the swarm psycho debrader. That was fun. Love you, Spice."
Make a diplomacy check.
I like that.
What? Okay.
It sends. It goes through. There's a connection to the infosphere through the ship.
You finally talked to your mom like I've been asking.
Diplomacy. Oh, Jesus.
That's good.
Oh, my God. There's so much math.
27.
No, 27, 28. What? There's a response?
Yeah.
You get a message back. And it's text. And you can almost hear her voice through it. Very well written, good punctuation, capitalization, and everything, even though it was written very quickly. But it says, Spice, I'm glad you're safe. You can't come back. Not ever.
Ouch.
Get away. I love you. And that's all. And because it is 9:30, this is where we're going to end for the day.
That's what was important.
But when we come back next week, Bubbles, Shade, and Gibbs, you all have the option to do something aboard the ship before you make your way on. Thank you for joining us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. You all defeated the Swarm Psycho Debrader. And you would imagine the next time you take a long rest,
Nice.
you will level up.
Again?
We got level 10.
We got the
You guys are catching. You guys fell far behind, and so you're catching up to the levels that you really have. You should be level 12 right now.
Oh shit.
So like D&D caught up to you briefly. They started a year later.
Also, not that briefly.
Yeah. For Anyways, thank you for joining us for this session. We'll be back next week on Thursday for a little bit more Starfinder. We'll see where the rest of this leads. But if you can't wait that long, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join us for some original 5th edition D&D. Hey, oysters are really great.
This looks like somebody who's ready to say something.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just ready to say Space Boy.
Oh, I really thought you were new.
Please stay safe. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
See you, Space Boyfriend.